Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake. Brought to you by Dana Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Good morning, happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead, lots to get to. National championship tonight in college basketball. Women's game was yesterday. We'll get to that here in 1 second. I am back from South Carolina.
He announced himself.
Welcome back.
I'm back.
He announced himself.
Welcome back.
Back, yeah.
He did announce it.
He announced himself. Usually somebody else jumps in and takes
I'm
that
back.
with a welcome back.
Hey,
Jake
Bill.
went with
Hey, Bill, I'm back.
I'm going to welcome myself back to the studio. And Jake Sorensen.
I welcome myself back. I'm here.
We were going to do it. We had a whole bit worked out.
What was your bit?
We can't do it now.
We can't
Lost
do it.
its mojo.
Maybe we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Maybe we'll do
You'll
it
still
tomorrow.
be back tomorrow.
I'm here all week. Yeah, I'll be here for a while.
We
Just
have,
like that.
yeah. Josh is
you
here.
had some. What is that?
The whole gang is here.
Yeah.
Everyone's here. Yeah, Josh is here.
Yeah, everyone's here at that. You definitely have some fear of missing out.
A little bit.
There was
Well,
like that-
yeah, when you have Frank Solich,
Yeah,
it's a
there
little
was-
bit
yeah.
different story,
There
fellas.
was 100 texts. There was 100 text messages.
I don't usually have FOMO, but when
Yeah.
you bring in Frank Solich, yeah, a little bit different. So it's fine. I had a great time on Friday.
What
awesome.
would the text say? Stuff like that. Oh, great, Frank's song when I'm gone.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's really
the
kind
first
of
one
you.
was Monday.
Yeah. You do it
Have
Monday.
him on Monday.
I did say that.
You did.
Jake,
That's
I just
listen.
texted back to
Yeah,
Jake.
he said, Jake,
Jake.
it's got to happen.
Jake.
And I said, you're fine. It's fine. Well, Frank was awesome. Glad you
Yeah.
had him on. I listened to it.
tell.
I listened to it. It was good. He's really good. So
Yeah, he was
well
good.
done. Well, good get.
Thank
And
you.
it went over well with people. So a lot of
It's
listens
unbelievable
done.
that Sip set that up like
He
that.
did.
I mean, he outdueled everyone in that situation.
death.
He did.
Yeah,
He
to
did.
get
He
To the
got-
death.
He got
To the death.
He got him on the ticket. Nice
That's
job
right.
by you.
Thank you. All right,
But,
that's enough praise. Thank
well,
you, though.
we-
I appreciate it, Bill.
We have some.
We have some stuff
we
that
have
happened
gifts
today.
again
yes.
this morning.
Yeah.
So I walk in.
Show
There's
the
a
sandwich.
Sip is eating. If you're watching on the video stream,
Yeah, show the
Sip
sandwich.
is right now chewing and eating and talking with his Dunkin' Donuts sandwich delivered by Missing Tooth Greg.
Yes, and
Josh, I got a sandwich for you. He gave it.
Is
He
there
gave
two
it
in
two.
there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then-
you got one, Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got one.
it's
I
just
can't
a-
eat two.
It's just amazing. And
Thank you.
He also brought in a plethora of creamer.
Seriously,
A plethora
I
of
think
creamer.
we got three different types.
3 different types right there. I am having the Pop-Tart right now. So I'm
Brown
having
sugar
brown
Pop-Tart.
sugar Pop-Tart, which is the staple of all Pop-Tarts. I don't want to get into that. Don't go down that road with me.
I will go down that road with you. I will absolutely go down that road, Bill.
That's the staple of Pop-Tarts.
Please,
No, you could
disagree with that.
you could make strawberry the staple.
It's
Very
not
easily.
the
Brown
staple.
sugar is your staple.
That's the
I
staple.
love brown sugar.
And I love strawberry too. I'm
Okay.
not fighting strawberry. I still think I'd like to hear from the text line.
Yeah.
I think brown sugar is the staple. I think frosted strawberry second.
well, I'm not.
That's
That's
how
not
I
a
got it.
horrible take, but
And once you
I-
go
I
to
think-
something else, then I'll fight you.
I think.
Then it's like, oh, I like the
Oh.
s'mores one better.
Oh no, I'm going to go
no.
to something. I'm going to tell you
No.
something way underrated is cherry.
I love the
Oh,
cherry
that's okay.
ones.
The cherry's okay. The cherry and strawberry's almost. I think they could trick you. They could label
No,
it
no, no,
cherry.
no.
I
think they could-
always lived off the cherry ones in middle school. I ate those every day.
Kind of
Yeah.
interesting what Bill just said, though. I wonder if someone told me it was straw or cherry.
I'm saying we could slip
was
one
really-
past you.
Hmm.
I'm saying we could slip
See,
one past you.
at the store, I would never ever buy brown sugar. It just that one does not.
Ooh.
It does
Oh.
nothing for me. Yeah,
Ooh.
I don't
Back
do
off.
it because I like the
Back
fruit
off. Just
ones.
don't
I
go.
like the
I don't.
fruit ones.
Hey,
Hey, you've been
Oh,
gone for 2
cherry,
days. You've been gone for 2 days.
Cherry, blueberry,
Oh, not
strawberry,
blueberry.
wild berry. Those
Not
are all
blueberry.
good.
Not
They're all
blueberry.
good. I was
They're
a Pop-Tart
solid
expert.
ones. We started going to this. They started going a little bit of crazy stuff. I don't go down crazy town.
I mean, I got to tell Bill, my favorite is brown sugar. There's no doubt about that. But to say it's the staple is going way too far.
I think that's where it's based.
That is over the top take, Bill.
Bruce in Kansas says right now, I literally just put a brown sugar Pop-Tart in the toaster right now.
Ooh,
Thank you.
toaster.
Bruce
And
in
be
Kansas.
careful because we went through this thing with Nick. Now, make sure you get your crumbs out of your
Nick,
toaster.
you heard Nick's
Your Nick-
excuse.
What happened with
He had
the
a fire
crumbs?
in the house. Had a
He
fire.
did? I didn't hear him.
Yeah, well,
Oh, okay.
We were waiting for him.
he was
Oh,
late.
on
And his
Friday.
excuse was, I had crumbs in the bottom of the
My
toaster.
Yeah.
The hell is that all about?
I don't know. So we
That's
use
his
it.
excuse.
We use it more now. Is it metaphor? Is that the right word? So you're the guy with words.
Yeah,
So-
metaphors.
Doesn't mean-
When
Yeah,
you
that
got
makes
to
no
clean your life.
sense.
So now when you got to clean your life up,
Yeah.
you got to get your
It makes no sense.
get your crumbs out of your toaster. Get your life.
Yeah, when you got
together.
to clean your life up.
Yeah, get
Hey,
your
crumbs out of the
Get the
toaster.
crumbs out of the toaster.
toaster.
That's not a bad metaphor, Bill.
No, but then we had. So we get here, and I think it might be something that had to be. It was packaged so well in.
Oh, today, yes.
styrofoam
Let's get
today.
back to Greg.
So we get a
This is not from
package.
Greg.
This is a package that arrived. All we know is it's from Lawrence, Kansas. So initially, I thought maybe it's Lance Leipold. You thought maybe Bill Self's a
Sure,
listener.
sure.
Could be Lance.
Could
The
be
two
Lance or
options
Bill
of those
Self,
guys.
but it came from Lawrence. It's probably where the company's at. We don't know who sent this, and if you want to stay anonymous, okay. But we'd sure like to know this.
Lance
So
is a
I
listener,
get-
by the way.
I get a mug,
Look
and
at
on
that.
the mug
You
it
watch the
says
stream. Watch this.
mock, yeah, ing, yeah, bird, yeah, mocking. The whole thing's on there. Dumb and
The whole
Dumber.
thing.
The whole thing is on
What's
there.
it said there?
Mock.
I couldn't hear you the first time.
I mean, this is unbelievable. Oh, you also missed this one. We had we're doing roll call, right?
Yep.
And Nick goes, and we got there's a bird from Columbus. I go, stop.
He didn't get it. He
No,
doesn't get it.
Doesn't get it. We had to do
So,
it again.
Come on, Bill. What was it?
We had to do it. Sip caught it with that, but
Yeah,
this is amazing. This will be my morning mug from now on
it
out.
should be.
It'll be my
Oh,
morning.
It's a beautiful mug.
This one's from American Samoa, but this one's going to get retired, and we're going to go with bird. Oh my lord!
That has to be it. That's such
Yeah.
a better. That's a way better.
Someone
mug.
took the time to call
I'll
the
never get
company
old.
and get this done. This is unreal.
Well done to the anonymous listener who sent that.
I'd
in.
love
If
to
it's
know
Lance
who that
Leipold, let
is.
us know.
Lance,
Lance,
that's
if it's
Lance.
Bill
Is that you,
Self-
Lance?
I think it is. It's probably
Lance
Lance.
Sip, text
Bill
Sip
Self
if it
listens
is.
a lot too.
No.
If you're out
text
there,
from
Lance, he's probably doing spring football stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
He's probably a little busy
He's
right
probably
now.
working.
He's probably
right now,
working.
you know,
Not
he's
listening
not
to the
jacking
show.
around. Not just jacking around in the morning.
Ruin Lance, just sitting back.
We'll get to practice in a
Hold
second.
on,
Let's
I
get
guess
the show first.
Oh, this
What are
stuff's
you
gonna be
talking
good.
about?
Let's see what kind of Pop Tarts those guys like.
See what idle chit chat is.
Is
today.
yeah.
I can't do anything
See if
before
I'm missing tooth. Greg made a
Yeah,
little
that's-
stop.
He did.
Which he
Oh,
did.
Sipple got a sandwich. This is must.
God bless you,
Yes,
missing tooth. It's
yeah.
funny how he does this because I'm not organized. I don't eat very well, and I'm literally thinking when I'm driving in, okay, I got to figure out something to eat. And
And
now
Greg knew that.
and
Greg
there
was
it is.
aware of that. He's got the sense there.
this is breakfast, and breakfast is the
He
most
brought
important
in
meal.
creamer and chocolate milk. Here's the kicker: in a collapsible ice down cooler.
Yeah, tons of ice.
Yeah.
Tons of ice.
He didn't just bring it in. It was all.
So I get here about
yeah.
5:30. I think Greg probably showed up about 5:15, 5:20
Good job,
because that
Greg.
sandwich was still warm.
Yeah,
Still warm. When I picked it up, it was still
he
warm.
gets up early.
You know, he
Yeah.
wants to be here before any of us. That's his goal, is to be
He
here
does- he
before
does-
all
he
of us
always
get
be
here.
You know what he is? I'm going to tell you what he is. I'm going to drop a big word on you.
Oh,
Greg is inobtrusive. He doesn't want to intrude on us.
Yes.
You can tell. He's always very mindful of.
yes. He's never trying to be on the show.
No.
Never trying to be in studio.
He's
Well, that-
inobtrusive.
Although we have
Just-
people come in studio, I kind of like it.
I like that too.
People
Do you have a
stop by.
definition? Can I do this real quick?
Yeah, you want,
Okay,
hold on.
hang on. You've
Yeah.
built. This is the first time you've ever experienced this. It has been. It's been.
I get my computer.
We have not done this for a long time because we haven't heard big words for a while. But here we go. Right, this is time for word of the day.
He's a man of many words.
Don't be indignant about it. I'm just asking.
Ooh, word of the day already.
Indignant.
Well, maybe too many words.
I don't like to portray myself as an expert.
And, well, questionable pronunciation at times.
Graham Mertz.
There's plenty of players like Thor Thormundsson.
Bjarnason.
Yeah, that guy.
It's time for Steve Sipple's word of the day on Early Break.
All right, Sip. What's your word again? If you have the definition yet, what's your number? Boy.
It's unobtrusive.
So we didn't say the word right.
He messed up the word of the day. Happy Monday, everybody.
We did. I did know what he meant. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
I do-
I was
yeah.
following.
Yeah,
you.
not obtrusive, not blatant, not aggressive, unobtrusive. I said inobtrusive.
Well,
I'm
you
trying
know,
to. Oh,
It's
yeah.
Monday morning. It's fine.
No, it's fine anyway. We got
So,
a word.
got that.
Unobtrusive. Greg is unobtrusive,
We knew that.
which we like.
There's
We-
a word.
he's inconspicuous. He's discreet. Those
Yeah.
are. Yeah, so I used it right. I just didn't say the word.
He doesn't dupe or dub us.
No, no, you're dubbing. It's just that's Greg being
Thank you,
Greg.
Greg.
Missing
Thank you
tooth
very
Greg
much.
is a nice kid.
And I'd love to have some just like to know about this mug. And if they text it, I'll keep it quiet.
Yeah,
I'll keep
if you
it
just
on-
want to text,
I'll
I'm
keep
the
it on
only one
the-
who sees it. If you want to let
Yeah.
me know, I'll keep. You want to
We'll
keep it
keep
for
it on the
Bill?
down low.
I will just keep that myself. And
But that's unbelievable. It arrived.
We're
It
off to a
was
great start.
Yeah.
Jake's back. Josh is here.
yeah.
We got gifts from Greg.
Yeah,
Gifts from
Greg
Lawrence,
sent
Kansas.
That's that. And
What a start to the Monday. I'm going to start to the week.
And you announced yourself. That was good that you're back.
I was back.
I had
What was your plan, Bill?
I had a whole thing written out.
You did not.
I did.
Let me see
the
it.
whole thing in the back written out.
Do it.
No.
I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it.
When you lose the moment, like you can't go back. Hey, I know that joke kind of bombed. Tell it again. I bet if you tell it again, it'll be really funny.
Yeah,
And
it's okay.
Yeah.
And
Where's this from? What are we doing right now?
This is Idle Chit Chat.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
sponsored by our good friends at
Yeah.
Newton's Lawn Care. Call them today at 402-440-6297 for a free quote for a 2023 lawn fertilizer program. It's spring, so
I
get
can't
on that
imagine
right
how
now.
busy he is right now.
Oh, he's packed.
can
Yeah.
you work in later your trip a little bit? Just work
I
it
will.
in. Don't not right now.
Yeah.
Just work in as we go. Just put it in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Get it
My
into the
trip
show.
to
We
Myrtle
got
Beach.
a little bit. We got a few pictures.
Well, it's because Bill
One sort of disturbing.
One picture
Yeah,
was
I
disturbing.
was in a different
Yeah.
state of mind.
After 36 holes of golf. Yeah.
that was at the
That
end
was-
of it.
I mean, the picture.
God
man,
knows what else.
Sip goes, did you go? I go, I didn't see that picture. So I went back. I scrolled back. I go, oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
it was-
okay, I
was-
see it now.
It was pretty,
Yeah, I
pretty
see it now.
crazy. Well, Bill kept asking golf updates, so I'd send it
Yeah.
a golf update at that time.
Then one picture came in that was just disturbing.
Disturbing.
Yeah, I look back. It is disturbing.
It
I
is.
don't remember sending that.
Yeah.
I don't remember taking it.
We
or
didn't want to see
sending
it. We didn't want to see
I
it.
wish I had.
It was
sent
very awkward. It was very awkward. And then I had missed it, and then Sip brought it back to me. Yeah, that's where I had the error.
That's
We were talking about you. You're in our
Yeah,
thoughts.
yeah.
Some concern in those
I
thoughts.
wasn't any thoughts right there. There was no thoughts at all. That was just me being barely alive, apparently.
Yes.
Okay, so we got the men's game tonight in college basketball.
Yes, we
Yesterday, though, you had Iowa against LSU in a very, very high-scoring game. LSU had 59 points at halftime, and it wasn't really because of their star Angel Reese. It was off the bench. They had Jasmine, I forget her last name, but she had a bunch of
Don't do that.
threes.
Don't do that. I think it's Carson.
Yeah, Jasmine Carson had
Yes.
had several threes.
If I'm correct here, the last several games she hadn't scored.
Right. In this
Three.
Correct.
Right?
Last
The
three.
last three games she hadn't scored a point. And she went for 21 in the first half.
Yeah, off
I
the
want you.
bench.
That would be like in the Super Bowl, the backup tight end having 290 yards. Not Kelsey. The backup tight end had 290 yards
Blake
receiving.
Bell.
Really, what it's like.
Tears it
I
up.
mean, you can't even fathom what happened. I mean, and then she hit the walk-off bank
Yes,
three. I mean,
to end the half.
if she's just subpar, the game it goes into halftime probably almost tied or
Yeah.
So-
within 2 or 3 point game.
This was a very good game until it got good again. But at halftime, 17-point lead for LSU, 59-42. You said, okay, here, what can Iowa do? They claw back right away to get down to about 6 points in the second half. So they
had the
Caitlin
ball
Clark
once, missed
gets
a
rolling.
shot with down 6 or 7.
Right, missed a
Coulda cut
layup.
it. Yeah, missed one.
Yep, Monica Zinano missed a layup there. But Caitlin Clark still in this game was great. 30 points, 8 of 19 on threes. Not a great efficiency there, but she made just a ton of shots. I mean, she made a ton of shots that had to happen for Iowa to stay in that game at the moment. They still lose by 17 points, 102-85. But the reason why this game was, I think, so watched by the nation is because it wasn't the same team as it always is. It wasn't UConn versus Notre Dame, UConn versus Stanford or Tennessee. It's two schools that have not been there. LSU 2 years ago had won 9 games. They hired, Kim Mulkey leaves Baylor after 21 years at Baylor.
Right.
Because she went to school at Louisiana Tech. She was a star at Louisiana Tech back in the 80s, I believe. Goes to LSU. Last year they win 20-plus games. They make the tournament but don't go anywhere. And this year, her second season, national champions with 30-plus wins in the
34.
season. 34 wins.
34 and 2.
34 wins in her second
It's
season.
amazing.
Yeah.
You're right. That's amazing. Now, one stat, though. Get back to it. Just one stat.
Yeah.
That was critical because Bill illustrated how they got kind of a freak performance from someone who hasn't been scoring a lot.
Yes.
Carson.
Right.
They're 11 for 17 from 3.
Yep.
LSU.
Yes, they were.
Now they were the first 5 games of the tournament, 14 of 71. So they had a day.
They were at one point in time the first half. The first half the numbers were they're 19% on the season.
Yes.
From 3 point.
From 3
They
point.
shot 75%.
Oh, yeah.
They had a day.
It was the most I can't even imagine what happened. You couldn't even do it on air. I don't believe again with what the shots that were made that happened. Here's the thing. I think this game is unbelievable interesting.
Oh, why's that?
And I would say to start with is it was probably one of the first times ever in my mind that it was like a must-see game across the board. Like on Friday night, the number of text message threads that I was in are you watching this? Are you watching this? Are you watching this? Watching Caitlin Clark play and go 41 against the team that's undefeated.
South Carolina.
Undefeated team. They haven't lost in a year and a half. They got out rebounded by like 25. And they beat him, but I believe she's probably. I don't know if there's going to be anyone. What basketball player, women's basketball player, would you say to this point would have changed the viewership or changed everything as much as her? And there's been some great players.
Well, I think about that's what I was mentioning. Maya
Yeah.
Moore was really good at UConn, but that was UConn. UConn's always good. This is a team that's not usually good.
And
that's now elite.
And I
because
think
of
also
her.
because she always had the ball in her hand. There's a lot of people that score, do different things, but the ball was what, and then the way she also had her assists.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean, she
Caitlin,
made some
she's a great
throws, some
passer.
passes
Oh,
that were unreal.
zips
She
it.
played defense, obviously the way she shoots and then everything she does. And just think South Carolina had one thing on their mind was what?
Stop her.
Stop her.
they couldn't. She had 30
The number
points
one
still.
team is 36-0. She went for 41.
To put it in perspective, the viewership,
Yes, this is good.
the viewership for Iowa, and I guess women's basketball to a certain extent, the Iowa-Louisville Women's Elite 8 game drew more TV viewers than any NBA game this year. Hello.
That's must-watch TV. I mean, that's
Well, it
that's
is,
A,
and it-
that's
yeah.
a Caitlin Clark effect. The
Caitlin
National Player of the
Clark.
Year. She won the Player of the Year
Clark
award.
effect is huge. Now, think about Caitlin Clark. That's a massive responsibility.
And she backs it up, though. But she
She-
backs it up.
She does, but she's got to back it up on the court and off the court. I mean, that's a lot for a kid.
That's a lot.
Think about it. She's carrying.
She's a junior.
She's carrying a sort of the women's basketball realm on her back.
She is.
Not totally, because they just lost to LSU and Kim Mulkey. I mean, it was a really interesting game because of those two factors. Mulkey, who's like an active volcano on the
And
sideline.
no technical. She's like gets
No,
on the court. She's
she had
touching
contact
refs
with the ref.
several times.
She had contact
She's
with the
on
ref.
the court. It's a raised court. She kept go on the court and touching the refs. That's a technical foul.
It was good.
Nothing
theater.
called.
It was excellent theater.
In
And
her,
then
in her Joe
Caitlin,
Exotic fit.
Caitlin, I'm not going to call her by her first name. Caitlin Clark gets a technical for just she just threw the
terrible
ball
call.
behind her back
Terrible call.
towards the sideline.
That was
was-
her
it was-
fourth.
What'd you think?
Well, I think to start with, the biggest story, but I mean, the storylines were great, but just overall, the biggest story that was talked about the most was the officiating.
Of course, it was.
I mean, there's not any either, and I saw it go both ways. I saw some fouls go
At least
on
they're bad
Ellen
both
Pilley.
ways.
There were
It
some
was
bad,
bad calls both
there were
ways,
some
but-
bad calls
yeah.
both ways. But when I saw the referee run directly into the head coach at LSU and no technical call, that's an automatic. I've gotten a penalty before on the sideline of football. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention like that, and the ref ran into me down the sideline. I was like 30 yards away from the play. Guess what it was? It's a penalty.
Really?
You can't.
Yeah, Bill
No,
Busch.
you can't have contact with it. Now I was so.
Were you trying to strike him?
What's that? I was not trying to strike him. Actually, it happened at Iowa State. I was facing the other direction. I was watching the play in the jumbotron because I could see the bunch formation better. So I could watch like that. He picked it up. He threw the flag. They did pick it up, but because it wasn't like one of those.
It wasn't like a Mulkey.
And I wasn't arguing at the time. I wasn't out on the field arguing the deal. But my point is, the officiating took away from so much. I mean, the number of fouls that were called, it was like more than double any other game. They came, and then the one foul they called on Angel Reese was horrible. Her second one, it was not.
Bad.
It was bad. But then all of a sudden, through all of that fire and heat, and just head coach just berating the officials the entire game.
Mulkey?
She throws the ball behind her back and she gets a technical
Caitlin
foul.
Clark did, yeah.
I'm like, what?
That was stupid. It was a terrible call. And you can't
And it was
call
critical
that.
time,
That was
too.
her fourth foul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also gave her a fourth foul because it counts as a personal.
It was 73-64 LSU at the time.
Yeah, they were coming back.
Yeah,
Again, they were down 17 at halftime. They made a comeback to get to single digits, and that was terrible because Zanano also got her fourth foul on the same play, I believe. Before that, she got mad about the foul on Zanano, and she threw it away. So they both got their fourth foul in the same moment. as they're trying to come back in the third quarter.
Are we? Let me reel us back in for a second. Are we talking about this with this level of fervor if Caitlin Clark's not on the floor?
No.
Probably not.
She's what brings the attention, the eyes to college basketball. She's
Iowa.
like Steph Curry back at Davidson. You had to watch it. That was, in the tournament, that was must watch because Steph Curry was doing it at a place that's not usually very good at Davidson. Made the Elite Eight run, but it's because of him.
There's nothing close for much must-watch, must-see women's game for sure.
Right.
And then just name the last time that you saw the who's the last men must-see in the big picture.
Saying Steph Curry
in the big picture. So they don't come along often. This isn't an every year deal. It's not every other year.
There's not one now in college basketball for men.
Guess what?
No,
there's not one.
Tonight there's not someone you go must see.
No, there's not.
No.
And you know what? She could be back, Caitlin Clark, for 2 more years. We covered this before the show. She has deals with Nike. She signed with Nike. Now that's not for $100,000.
Yeah.
I mean that's a big deal. If you're Nike, that's smart, by the way. Bose, Buick, H&R Block.
This will probably grow too now after this run to the finals.
Now,
I can't imagine.
Now they say, and I'm with Bill on this. When you attach money to these NIL deals, it's tricky business. They say over $1 million right now, that she's making over $1 million. She's not going to make that in the WNBA. $235,000 is the largest contract in the WNBA. It's in that range.
Mm-hmm.
So she could be back for 2 more years, which is astounding to think about. I mean,
now Zanano's gone. They're big post players.
Shinano.
She's gone.
Yeah.
She's
But
graduating.
think about a couple things. One, in my opinion, 10 years from now, 8-10 years now, they're going to be interviewing women in the tournament, and they're going to say Caitlin Clark changed them. I'm going to say that people watched her play that are 5, 6, 8 years old, 10 years old, that are watching her play, and they changed that was one of their most motivating people that they watched play.
I think she can handle that. That's a massive responsibility.
Yeah. But that's what it's going to be. She changed lives. She changed some lives, and people are watching her
young
play.
Kids. Yeah,
I'm texting my dad. I go, you have to. The game's on at 2:30. Make sure you watch her. This is unbelievable. Watching her play.
She always delivers too.
She never has a bad.
She hasn't. You're not going to turn on. She'll have 9 points.
No,
in the game.
No.
She'll have 9 points at the 8-minute mark.
Yeah,
I mean that's the way she's
I think
built.
they said this is her 90th straight game scoring 10+ points. Like she doesn't have a bad. They don't exist. There's no bad games. Might be a low efficiency, but no low point total.
We talked about this too.
And also, can you imagine what's going to the options for Iowa the next 2 years? Why did LSU win the national championship? Number one reason.
The number one reason LSU won a national championship. I don't know why. More athletic.
Still top to bottom, they had a better roster than Iowa did.
Probably.
Top to bottom.
Probably.
And then who was their
so
star?
did South Carolina.
Who was their star player?
Angel Reese.
And she came from
Louisiana. Maryland. Oh,
yeah, she's a grad transfer.
Oh, she's
the best offensive rebounder in all basketball.
So who can grad transfer to Iowa now? Can you imagine sitting around? You're playing someplace. You're at whatever school, and you can grad transfer. I can go play with
Caitlin Clark.
I can go play with Caitlin Clark.
Good point.
Can you imagine all of a sudden if Caitlin Clark had added an Angela Reese to her team?
Oh yeah,
type of thing.
Yeah. She's not bad.
She's going to have. She's not. But I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
There's
It's not
There's going to be opportunities,
right,
for people to transfer to
That's
Iowa in the portal that would be as high as ever.
Yeah, you're right.
Reese is only a sophomore, by the way. She's only a sophomore.
Angel Reese
from LSU. Yeah.
Played at Maryland for 2 years. That's what I saw this morning anyway. But it was so intriguing on so many levels. And then
I'll tell you. Well, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say we talked about this before the show. Bill Fenley's been the Iowa State coach for a long time. I know him. I covered Nebraska women's basketball when he was the head coach. He's a great guy. Every day, the Iowa State coach has to look at these headlines, and she considered them.
It was between Iowa, Iowa State, and Notre Dame. She chose Iowa because she liked the fast style of offense.
And Bluter coaches point
has.
guards. Yep. Lisa Bluter coaches point guards.
She does. That's right.
So go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
And then you have at the very end the controversy, there's the biggest media things going right now. Isn't the great game?
No,
the whole thing. It's all about the taunting at the end.
Yeah.
So let's go back.
Yeah,
So,
go back.
So it's just interesting to hear you guys' take.
the Elite Eight, let's go back to the Elite Eight. So Iowa beats Louisville, and Caitlin Clark goes. People believe she was going to the Louisville sideline. She was looking at her own bench, though. She did the, can't see me thing, like this.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the angle makes it
Where
look
she
like
puts
she's
her
doing,
hand over her face.
like this. Yeah, if you're watching the street, she's just doing like the hand waving over her face.
I don't know what that
can't-
means.
You can't see me.
But
You can't see me.
If correct me if I'm wrong here, John, that's invented by a John Sienna.
Oh, John
Cena.
Cena.
Oh no!
Founder of
Dave
Siena
Chappelle.
University.
Yeah.
John Cena.
You know I had trouble with words.
You do.
You guys didn't even know this was even a thing.
Can't see me.
He's the
Okay.
one who.
So Louisville gets
Yeah.
pissed about this, and then that becomes a big deal. And then in the Final Four, so this is what Angel Reese says she did this for, is because she felt offended by Caitlin Clark not guarding the 3-pointer against the particular player from South Carolina, and thought that was disrespectful, and said, you don't disrespect people and get away with it. And I thought that was ridiculous. It was tactical.
It's completely ridiculous. It
by-
wasn't a deal with
right.
It wasn't like
She had to find a way to get pissed and motivated, though.
Yeah.
So at the end of the game, when there's a few seconds left, Caitlin Clark's walking off the court. The game's over. Angel Reese looks at Caitlin Clark, who I guess never saw her, and was doing the wave and pointing to the ring finger, like, I got my ring, you didn't, basically. And then that made a lot of headlines. And then she goes on the ESPN postgame show with Kim Mulkey and the crew there, and she just says, "Yeah, Caitlin Clark's a great player, but don't be disrespectful." Basically, is what she was saying.
And she said, "I know I'm going to get it. Twitter's going to be a fire. It's going to be a blaze." She knew it, and it is. It was. I don't know.
I didn't know. I didn't. I said there's two sides to the story, because at first it came like that, and then all of a sudden it came back that, well, hang on now, Caitlin Clark did some of these things.
She did some of that.
Also at that,
Yeah.
and there is some trash talking out there. So I don't get overly involved in that phase of the conversation.
I don't.
That's not
To
one
me, that is good for women's
I
basketball.
just don't get too worked up. And when there's some things back and forth, and obviously when it's like whether Caitlin was doing it to her bench or
Yes.
not, whatever. There's
That's
some
the drama.
Do you
there's
see it in the
still
men's
something
game
there.
very often?
No.
So now, I don't know, Jake.
Usually that something like that might happen more during the game. Generally, on any level, game 7, whatever it is, when the game's over and the championship's done, there's usually this mutual respect, and that's not the time when you see the ultimate trash talking at the very end of the game.
Unless you're the
over.
Iowa kicker who
Yeah.
blows kisses to Nebraska sideline when he beats
Now,
Yeah.
did you like that?
As a Nebraska fan, no, I did not like that. As an Iowa fan, I'd be like, heck yeah, that's awesome. That's great. You just ended their season. They're not going to a bowl game.
I don't know that I just now. With due respect, Jake, I don't know if I just say that's good for the women's game. I don't.
It brings
I'm not-
more attention to it. There's actually a rivalry. There's a fire there.
There's things that could happen that would bring more attention to it that aren't good. I mean, I don't know. I'm not necessarily saying it's bad, but what are you now? What are you teaching kids? Is that what you want?
And also, I mean,
is that what you
It's a
want?
fair question. It's a
Yeah.
fair thing to bring up there.
I don't know that I can just say it's good for the women's game
Well,
to show
attention,
no
though.
sportsmanship. I don't know. It definitely brings more sport. It definitely
There's
is,
more
we're
viewers.
talking
It's-
about it.
It's attention. They need. They
Well,
want more
again, I
attention.
don't know how far do you want to go with that.
That was a fun game to watch. It was
It
high
would bring more
scoring.
attention if Mulkey smacked the ref too. I mean, is that would
Oh,
you
she-
say?
she kind of did smack the ref and
Yeah.
didn't get called
Is that
for
good
it?
for the
she
game?
could have, because she wasn't
She
going to call it.
was right there.
She wasn't
Near
gonna
her.
call it.
She
But
hit
you
the
see,
ref.
I just don't know. You don't want to go too far with that. Well, people are talking about it.
That's
People
okay.
would talk about it
That's
if I
fair.
whip my
Yeah.
shirt off right now. But would that be good for our show?
It might be.
That's actually.
I don't wanna say
That's
it. I don't wanna
debatable. It
say
might
it.
be good for the show.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
But what again, just Caitlin Clark just is to my mind one that developed must-see basketball in the women's game.
Yes.
She
and
did.
and she's the one who did it.
she
She
did.
did that. LSU gets all the credit for the win. Angel Reese is a really good player, but the people in that game that did it for LSU was Carson, and then the point guard in the second half was insane.
Went nuts.
She's the one who made. I mean, all the plays for LSU. The big plays that were made were by those two.
Alexis Morris was
Yes.
the point guard.
She-
21 points for her. in that
She
game.
was unreal in the second half, and so that's where
There you go. LSU.
It was great, great stuff. Like I
So,
said,
go ahead.
who was the last male You're like,
so here's some names coming up in the tech we got from this. Trae Young at Oklahoma was must-watch TV.
He was very
high shooting. Zion Williamson at Duke.
Okay.
Kemba Walker going further back at UConn.
Was Kemba must see.
Jimmer Fredette was in the tournament at BYU.
Jimmer had a little bit of that to him hey, we got to see this guy.
You didn't really watch him in the regular season much. He was hard to find on.
No.
On
he
networks,
played a lot like Caitlin Clark plays. As far as like just being active with the ball, some of his shots.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he
I would say Trae
well.
Young's the most recent one in that capacity.
And I still wouldn't. If somebody asked me like that, was like what do you want to watch tomorrow? I'd say you want to watch the Final Four and watch Caitlin Clark play. You want to watch Trae Young play. I watch Caitlin Clark.
Well,
play.
and Trae Young was so similar to what you saw in Steph Curry and how they did it in Fredette in those ways. I mean, they're very good 3-point shooters, and that exists at the women's level. But Caitlin Clark was hitting from deep. You don't see the women's side hitting from as deep as she's hitting from consistently.
Logo.
Yeah, and the great passing, like you said. I mean,
her passes.
It's just different. It's different.
Incredible.
Where did Trae Young go in the tournament?
Oklahoma, they didn't go very far.
No.
They had early exits.
No, I'm not going to say Trae Young.
Yeah.
I wasn't must-watch TV. Yeah. They weren't in the tournament. I mean, if they were
you
in the
tournament,
you have to
make a run deep enough. You have to do something to create. Sure.
Steph Curry's the guy.
Steph Curry's, But that was back in the late 2000s.
By the way, that was Mulkey's 4th national title. So Gino has 11. You know who Gino is?
Gino Auriemma, yes.
Yeah, he has 11. Pat Summitt has 8. And Mulkey now has 4.
And she can touch the refs whenever she wants to.
Think about that.
In her tiger
that going on?
In her Joe Exotic tiger suit she had on.
Was that Joe Exotic?
It looked a lot like a Joe Exotic suit.
He's running for president.
From prison.
Which needs to be that'd be coffee talk. Discuss.
Well, we were going to one day.
Yeah.
Maybe we get to that in the summer.
Anything more on the Pop-Tarts? I want people to say what
I didn't hear anything more. If you have any more Pop-Tart takes, we'll take them. When we come back, we'll get to the men's side.
Yeah, we
tonight.
should talk about the men's game.
And also some new Hunter Salas in the portal. Does Nebraska have a chance at him? That's next on Early Break in the Ticket. Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
Excuse me, I'm conducting research on consumers' attitudes about cash. Would you like to participate?
Sure.
Question 1. Would you rather win this stack of cash or this can of wax beans?
The cash.
Question 2. Would you rather win this stack of cash or this oven mitt?
The cash.
There you have it. Research shows people love cash, which is good because Cash Blast from the Nebraska Lottery is back. Until April 18th, buy a 2x2 ticket, enter the voucher number, and you could win $5,000 or $500. If your winning voucher is from a 7-day draw ticket or a multiple of 7 tickets, your prize is doubled. There will be 7 weekly drawings and 14 total winners in Cash Blast. So play today.
I don't know much about research, but maybe you should compare the cash to something more upscale, like a trip.
Good idea. Question 3. Would you rather win this stack of cash or a trip to the Arctic weather station?
You don't know much about research either, do you?
2x2 top prize odds 1 in 105,000.
Culture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Guys, it's really happening. A live morning remote. Join Early Break and The Drive from 6 to 10 a.m. on Thursday and Friday at Double Eagle Golf on West O for the first 2 days of the Masters. Bloody Marys, simulator golf, and the Masters. Better than that. Double Eagle Golf in the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light-duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with the roof credit.
Your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect? Call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating. Call 467-1111.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit goflyred.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. And you can check out our spaces before you visit in person with a virtual campus tour. An opportunity to see our campuses in Beatrice, Lincoln, and Milford as you learn about our programs and areas of study. There are virtual tours of our learning centers too. We can even take you on a personalized virtual tour. Learn more on our website, southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April with some restrictions applying. Go to GEScapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, partly sunny skies and breezy conditions. We'll see a high of around 60. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Do have a slight chance of rain later on tonight. See a low around 44. And tomorrow, partly sunny skies again. Breezy and very warm tomorrow. We'll see a high of around 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This,
anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
is Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 97 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, congrats to LSU beating Iowa 102-85 in the Women's National Championship yesterday. Tonight, though, at 8:20 Central Time, late night, UConn and San Diego State. We had the epic ending to the first game. San Diego State was trailing the entire ball game against FAU.
Yeah.
And Lamont Butler at the buzzer hits an incredible, 2-point shot.
We have a headline.
What's your headline?
We have a headline. If you're working at the San Diego Union Tribune,
okay,
you know what the headline is. The Butler did it.
I think that's been used already. Yeah, I think, yeah.
Come on, is that a good one?
Yeah.
It works.
That's awesome.
It's a headline.
That's
Come on,
awesome.
I thought that
every
was
time you say throw it to me, I got something.
That's not the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I ate. Right now, I'm off my game.
Why?
Because I ate so much already.
I mean, that sandwich was huge.
Yeah.
You've had a chocolate
All you have
melt.
is one crumb left.
I just told Sip, I said, it's 6:30. I go, it's 6:30. I said, and you're already into this thing. You're at 2,500 calories.
I'm at 2,500
for the day.
You drank the whole chocolate milk already?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And on my second coffee.
How's your stomach feeling?
Yeah.
I feel fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so San Diego State wins the buzzer beater, which is awesome ending. Then UConn does what they've been doing all tournament and just roll Miami 72-59. UConn has just not been touched. They've won every game by double digits so far.
Okay, now listen, I want you guys to think about something. Okay, there's a great quote by Dan Hurley, the UConn head coach, in the New York Times. The New York Times writer had this quote, and I want you to think about something as it pertains to this game. This is what he said. There's nowhere where we're weak as a team, and we're deep. So we're able to kind of body blow our opponent and continue to just put together quality possessions at both ends. It has a cumulative effect. it's been able to break opponents. You know who's hard to break, though? San Diego State. Can they body blow San Diego State to the point where they're running away with it at the end? I don't think so. San Diego State hangs in there. They really hang in tough. They're a tough team.
Remember the Alabama game, and they're built for toughness. They're I mean, every part of their physical makeup is built for this.
Right.
But no, I don't think. I think it'll be a double-digit win
for UConn.
I really
Just keep
do.
this trend going.
I just think I think they've got enough guard play, and they've got the bigs. I mean, in those,
UConn,
and the bigs for UConn. Wow.
I mean, Sanogo.
They made threes.
Adamo Sanogo and then Don Klingon.
So I think they have so much that can match up well, and I think that they're better on the perimeter. But like I said, a lot of praise for San Diego State with what they've done. I didn't realize that they had been a 1 seed in the COVID year. They were 30-2.
They
talked about when it got canceled. San Diego State.
Oh, they were one
that's
seed?
right. That's correct. Yeah. In the COVID year,
They were
really freaking good.
They were one seed in the COVID year?
And there's one or two players still on the team from that time.
They were ridiculous that year.
They were 30-2.
You know who came up big late in that game the other night is a rope.
He did.
Yes.
A rope
from Omaha.
Had a huge bucket to tie it late, and then had to block late.
Hit the block, yeah.
FAU's
up by 1 with the ball, and they go in for a layup, gets blocked. No foul. San Diego State takes it, no timeouts, takes it down the court, almost loses the ball to Lamont Butler, but corrals it, then gets the shot off, swish to end the game. San Diego State moving on.
So I'd love to hear the technical part of this, because I know I was thinking through in my head.
Yeah.
And I think there was a gross error.
I know you did. This is interesting.
I think there was a gross error in coaching on this one.
By
FAU.
Dusty May.
Because they had a timeout, obviously left. That doesn't matter. There was 6 seconds differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Yeah.
So it appears it was like, do you foul? Do you not foul? Do you play it out? Because 6 seconds left isn't a lot of time when the shot. Well, if it had been below that, obviously you'd have been fouling. So the scenario's probably not worked very much. Because in my mind, I'm thinking this during the timeout. I think there was like 17 seconds and 11 left on the shot at the timeout, and I'm thinking I'm like, I'm shooting a long 3 at the buzzer, and if I draw rim
at the buzzer of the shot
clock,
yeah.
And if I draw rim, they're gonna get the ball or the rebound. If they get the rebound,
if they get it at all,
they're gonna get it with probably 2 seconds left. 2 to 3 seconds left. Instead, he shot with 4.2 on the shot clock.
Okay.
There was 11 seconds when he shot the ball.
Yeah, Butler had time.
If nothing else, if he just uses all the clock, he had to drive down, dribble around, hit it right at the buzzer. That shot would have been going from 30 feet.
Right.
Probably.
It would have been a 30-foot shot.
No, that's a really good point.
And they shot way too early. I get if you shoot early when the score's tied for a chance of a rebound
You're up 1
or something. You're ahead.
Yeah.
You're ahead. Use every second. And then if you launch.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Even if you take a ball,
that's a good point,
and you launch a ball up in the air as high as you can throw it, it's not a shot clock violation until the ball hits the floor.
Ground,
yeah.
And so when the ball's in the air, the clock is still running. They could have ran it down to a little bit like, okay, we got 2.5 seconds. Could they have scored?
No,
potentially.
They could have,
but the odds are almost none. They didn't have a good plan. If they had said, hey, listeners, we're going to do. We're going to run this thing all the way down. We're going to shoot a long 3. And we hope we hit rim, hit rim.
Because you're up.
Then the ball bounces up in the air, and then
takes time.
And they didn't even.
That's a good point.
Clock's running,
and they didn't handle it well, because I don't know if you ever worked the scenario of how we're going to play this out in that little bit of a window. Because if it had been 5 or 4 seconds, they've been fouling no matter
That's
what.
A good point.
So it had to be in that 6-7 window. Yeah. If it's above that, they're always going to play it out.
Right.
So it's like the thought was, okay, there's 6 seconds they're playing, and they knew they were playing it out because they'd already played it down to 17. So they knew they were playing it out. They knew they weren't going to foul. They would have fouled right away. So I thought
the ball goes to Butler with the outlet pass went to Butler. They got the ball with 11 seconds left.
That's a lot of time.
They had enough time.
A lot of time.
He had enough time to juke. He almost
lost the ball.
Almost out of bounds.
He almost lost the ball, and he almost stepped out of bounds. He was a centimeter, a centimeter from stepping out.
Instead, makes a shot, and they're moving on. Any guesses on the spread for tonight?
7.5.
Bill,
I've seen it. I've seen it. Jake. It's 7.5.
9.
It's not actually. It's 7 now. It's down to 7. I would have said yes if you were correct.
UConn 7. you think UConn will cover.
I think they'll
What
cover.
if, though, Bill, UConn's gotten used to putting away teams, and San Diego State just doesn't go away, and now it's 4 minutes left, and it's
tight.
And it's tight. Is UConn going to be okay? They're not in this.
Oh, I
tournament,
know.
they're not used to it.
No way am I going to say it. Absolutely no chance. I mean, yes,
No.
yeah. San Diego State has
San
a
Diego
chance.
State
They
will
got big
stay-
bodies. They're
Yeah.
well coached. They got a veteran.
Well,
everything about them is veteran.
Sonogo versus Mensah is a good matchup. You know who Mensah is? It's a San Diego State big man.
Yes.
He's a tough dude. Now he's not probably quite where you want to be size-wise in a matchup like this, especially with the 7-footer coming off the bench for UConn. But they got enough inside, I think. San Diego State's not a pretty team.
Mensa 6'10".
Oh, Mensa 6'10".
6'10",
Okay, that's good.
230,
That's
230,
fine. That's fine then. Would you say that? I don't think San Diego plays pretty basketball.
No, they try to mud it up a little. That's the term that everybody uses like that. They try to slow the pace down. It's
They're
not an
tough,
up and
though.
down like that, but they're very physical. There's not a lot of passing lanes. They do a lot of really good things.
They're tough, right?
A lot really good things. I'd have been much more excited to see FAU in it because I'd like to see the 9 seed from FAU. I'm like, that'd be just kind of fun.
Elijah Martin was gigantic in that semifinal loss. I think he had 26, including that incredible shot late where he
The reverse.
Yeah,
It was unbelievable.
Whoa,
Unbelievable.
But now, so FAU, yeah, you're right, Bill. They sort of mismanaged the clock there late.
I think they
Nobody's
did
talking about it.
I think they did 100%. I mean, no matter what, even if you don't shoot the long three, he shot it with 4.2 seconds.
100% agree with you.
You're ahead. They literally could have ran it down to 6 seconds, shot the ball. The ball's going to take probably 1,001, 1,002 when it hits the rim. Now there's only 4 seconds left in the game.
You're
If
100%
If
right
it
on
hits
this.
the rim like that, it's pretty much game over. If the ball hits the rim, or at least they have to make a miraculous
right.
play to get something done. It would have been a mess, and they didn't handle it right. They shot with 4.2 seconds on the clock.
The critical part of that discussion is they were ahead.
Yes, yeah,
up.
Yeah,
one.
again, if they're tied, I get it. Say, hey, we want to try to
There's no
shoot.
need to
I
run
wanna
a
shoot,
rebound
there's-
leading the game. You're
but
trying to
but
wind the clock
didn't.
down.
And that's one of those things that will haunt you forever.
I don't, I've read some stories about that game. Nobody mentioned that. They should be. That's a coach. That's where we actually have some benefit of having a coach on our show, albeit temporary.
Just temporary. Just a guest. 801 today. I'm free. If anyone needs something,
give him a call.
We've
Missing
enjoyed
Tooth
this.
Greg, come pick me up. We can go around and get snacks for people.
You can bring a new mug.
Bird.
You can bring
Yeah.
a new mug and
Oh.
go get snacks with Greg.
Because the reason it's so intriguing is because I just know that if it's below 6 seconds or 5 or 4, they're going to foul. They're going to foul. If it's above 6, so it's at the 8 or 9 second difference, they're going to play it out. 6 seconds, I think they got caught in. What are they going to do? It's like, hey, right away. It's like if they're not doing if they actually would have done the old school, wait till 6 seconds and throw the ball as high as it goes, it comes down like at 3 seconds. And then it's their ball 3 seconds. They got to go the full court, and they got to make a miraculous play to build a beat.
In this case, how about the San Diego State coach letting him play? Not calling the timeout. He had a timeout.
That was worked out for him.
Yeah,
almost didn't if he steps out of bounds.
He let him
but-
go.
Yeah.
He said something kind of funny. He said, I ran out of plays.
Ran out of plays, yeah.
Please make it. Just
Please
make
make
a
that.
shot. Make
Yeah.
a shot.
I don't mind that. I know it's easy to say right now because it worked, but I'd never mind that when a coach does that because the defense is scrambling at that point, right? And you might catch him.
Yep.
They didn't really catch him. That guy was pretty well guarded.
I was surprised when he came back off the baseline that
He did.
someone didn't go
in
jump
his
him
face,
to
yeah.
double because it's like he had to shoot it.
No other
There was
option.
no time left for him to throw it to someone else. It's like when it got down to you knew what the clock was. It's like
Gotta
he
shoot.
came back. He's the shooter, and there's people. There's a guy underneath boxing out. I'm like, there's no box
There's
out
no
here.
time
There's no
left,
box
my
out
friend.
here. This thing's
They're going in or
this
not.
thing-
Yeah.
one or two of the other.
It's either
but-
going in or it's not.
Yeah.
So San Diego State and UConn tonight, 8:20 p.m. tip on CBS. 7-point favorite is UConn this evening.
I don't know if
It's gonna be a
UConn's going to
late
body
night.
blow them to death.
It's gonna be a
I
late
think
night
San
for
Diego
us.
State might hang around, Bill. I think you're going to hang around.
I'm gonna go with the sip, Joe. Load up on UConn.
Ooh.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
7? You said 7?
7 is
If it goes to
Oh,
6.5, bet everything you got.
Hard number. I don't know what I
think
do.
you take
It's a hard
UConn.
number because it could be one of those deals even when you're at kind of in control of the game late and they can score. It's 9-10 points.
Oh,
We've won the
free
game.
throws, yeah.
All of a sudden they
Free
get a
throws.
couple
Yep.
scores
Yep.
late. And you're like,
Oh,
It's a bad way to lose the cover.
Bad way to lose the cover, yeah. When we come back, song of the day and Bill's Thrills. It's
Nice.
Football Facts Monday next on Early Break on the Ticket.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
There's a new way to vacay. Fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit goflyred.com and book today. Flights are public charters offered by Sarah Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver town for free through the month of April with some time. Go to GELandscapeSupply.com for more info or call 402-467-127.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and crews. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, partly sunny skies and breezy conditions. We'll see a high of around 60. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. We have a slight chance of rain later on tonight. See a little around 40. And tomorrow, partly sunny skies again. Breezy and very warm. Tomorrow, we'll see a high of around 80. I'm meteorologist Kyle Clicker on The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier. All began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click on Enroll Now on the homepage. Plus, promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day, an early break on 937 the ticketfm.com.
Song of the day, In the City by Joe Walsh from 1979. 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day. Once again, your Song of the Day, In the City by Joe Walsh from 1979. Bill's
didn't
doing
like
some acting over here.
Just a little air guitar.
That was perfect.
I hit it perfect.
You nailed it.
I nailed it.
You nailed
I
it.
nailed it.
Oh my God, you nailed it.
464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers Song of the Day.
Great job, God, Jake. Man, I mean that is an incredible gift that you
Didn't
just
expect
gave us.
that, did you?
No. Where'd you come up with that?
Don't know. Just I want a Joe Walsh song for some reason. Didn't want Rocky Mountain Way.
It's survival
Life's
in the
been good
city.
so
Life's
far.
been good.
Yep.
It's survival in the city when you live from day to day. Isn't that right, Bill?
It sure is. This is a life lesson is what it was.
It sure
There
is,
it is.
Adam. It sure is, baby.
All I can say is 8-8. That's all it was going through my mind.
8.
That's an
8.8.
8 point. That's a beautiful
Oh,
song.
yeah.
Beautiful song.
Now, Bill, your eyes were closed and you were singing this song.
I knew all the
mean air
words.
guitar.
And I played air guitar too. Also, I thought
Where'd you go to?
I nailed the guitar riff perfectly.
Yeah, that was
right on cue. I knew it was coming. I did. I even moved the left hand just a little bit, just like
Slide
that.
it over here.
Which is crazy because I think I'd play it the other way, but I just adjusted.
It's an ambidextrous guitar player.
I didn't know I even had that skill set. I had no idea I could do that. And I just did it. I amazed myself with some things. It was really cool.
Did you just
Yeah.
you just did your
Yeah.
Do it again.
Yeah.
He's got to work on that. Jake, you got to work
on that better.
not my
Remember
sound
the
effect.
one when the ball hits the rim, when the players make the noise, and Jake's like, "Woo!" Remember that one? That's what hey.
It happened in the game the other day. I don't know if you noticed it on Saturday, the first game. The guy was going for a rebound. He goes, "Hey!"
Sipple texts me. He goes, "Whoever invented putting the microphone on the rim's brilliant." I got
brilliant.
that. Anyway, back to the songs. Right there. Outstanding, big Joe Walsh fan. Life's Been Good's kind of my song. Like that. But
Yeah.
so they're all.
Ooh,
I'm
those
gonna
are
go with the 7-4.
a little low.
That's not a low.
You were
7-4
singing and playing
Where'd
guitar.
you go?
a 7-4 is outstanding.
Where were you?
What's that?
Yeah, where'd you go?
Oh, I was back. I was back at Pender High.
Where you
Yeah,
fell hurt?
yeah, freshman year, kind of
Oh.
sophomore year, no,
Saw
eighth
that
grade
on-
year.
Okay.
Eighth grade year. Yes,
Yeah,
it would've been
1979.
Eighth grade year. Yeah. So I had
79.
yeah, back we had albums. Back when we had vinyl.
Back in the good old days.
Back when there was vinyl. Absolutely.
Back in the good old days.
79.
Some ratings before we get to Bills Thrills. Here we go. 8.8, 8.5. Huffy a 5.7. Jennifer 8.5. Hubby a 7.
Okay, they liked it in the household.
Yeah. John and Fremont 9.5. Doug and Lincoln in 8. Dex 9.9.
High scores, Jake.
Yeah. Kyle 9.3.
High.
Sean in Omaha, Easy Groove on a Monday, 7.5. Chaz in Lincoln, 8.5. Age 38. Oh, by the way.
Chaz, good job.
8 from Ellis in Illinois, 8.5. Greg in Michigan, a 4.
Ooh, Greg. It's okay.
John Des Moines says 2. And he says, by the way, Jake, hope you had fun on your golf trip. I'm now taking mine, heading to Augusta today for the Tuesday practice round for the Masters.
Wow.
John in Des Moines going to Augusta.
He's going to Augusta. Have fun, John. John's a friend of the show, Bill. Big fan.
Also, just remember, John, take your camera because you can take pictures
for the
practice round. You cannot have a camera in for any of the actual tournament days.
And camera. And don't forget, Thursday, Friday, we are at Double Eagle Golf on West O Street for this show and the drive, 6 to 10 a.m. both days. We're doing remote. It's going to be an amazing time out there. So come on by. They're gonna have Masters food there. I've been told by Sam, the owner out there, they have Masters food to purchase. You can hit golf balls in the bays while we're doing our shows.
It's amazing.
Watch the Masters. That's Thursday, Friday, Double Eagle Golf, West O Street, Kinetic Sports Complex. Let's get to Bills Thrills. Hang on, let me legalize it real quick, and then we'll do that.
Okay.
1 second.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Bills Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors, Dirk, Scott, and Ty, your guys to contact there for all your financial needs. Bill, it's Football Facts Monday. What do you got for Bills
Football
Thrills?
Facts, we're gonna waver off. We're going to stick with some football, though. We're going to talk about the profession of football.
Ooh.
And the ups, downs, and the things that go on behind the scenes that most people don't know.
Ooh.
So I'm going to give an example. One of my really good friends of mine was at the University of Wisconsin. He took a job as the co-coordinator at Buffalo. And I'm not going to name all the names, but it was one of those jobs where it came up very quickly. This is like a week or so ago. He crushed the interview, interviewed 4 people. He got the job. So now they've started spring ball already. So he immediately has to pack up his entire house. He has to find a place to live. He has to be there in a couple days because when he got there last night at roughly midnight, he had to be in the office at 5 this morning because they had practice this morning. He has a whole new team and a whole new position group. But here's where it gets interesting.
Wait a second. That's already interesting.
So here's where it gets really interesting. His wife is due in 2 weeks.
Oh my God! It gets
in
really
2 weeks. So they decided, well, he'll never get back once I go into labor, he'll never make it back. So she went and got an entire new doctor in Buffalo. Imagine that being pregnant and being like, again, an entire new
2 weeks to go.
2 weeks to go, and she's en route tomorrow to Buffalo with their gear going to Buffalo. This all happened in a matter of 5 days.
That's a lot going on.
Can you imagine being pregnant?
I can't imagine
the stress of that. Number one,
the stress of that. Moving, starting a new job. Oh, by the way, I'm going to have my baby now, not in Madison. I'm going to have it in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah.
And I have to also find someone there to go. So the first time she gets to Buffalo, it's the first time she got to Buffalo. Never been there. Same thing. He was there for the interview. That's it. Who's my doctor? What am I doing?
Defensive?
What's that? Defensive.
Wow.
So what I'm trying to say is what goes on in this coaching thing is crazy. I remember I interviewed. They brought 4 guys in for the Northern Arizona co-coordinator job on defense.
You were just a young lad.
As a graduate assistant at Wisconsin. I get the job. Practice started the next day. So I didn't go home.
How do you do that?
And we went through May recruiting. So I didn't go back to my place in Madison. I didn't go back for 2 months. I come in like that. The TV's still on. All of a sudden, I just left. Everything's still on.
Gotta go.
Literally, the TV's on. I had 2 TVs on in the house like that.
Hope the oven was off.
Yeah, I packed up all my stuff and got on a plane.
It's pretty amazing. The TV's still rolling.
TV was still on.
They can stay on for that long.
Yeah,
they can, I think.
But it's just unreal that the
TV's still on.
Yeah, and that's when I lived in the dome. That's when I went down and hung out with Jamie Dixon downstairs because they had cable TV.
That's right.
I lived in my office. So you live in your office, you make these changes.
How do you do that?
But just
how
think
does he
about
get how does he get the practice prep ready in time?
He just shows up today. I'll give you another example. I got hired at LSU. Things went very quickly with OTAs. We call them OTA, teaching things we could do on the field. My first day there, we met as a staff. I got in there at that. I got fully hired at 1 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, I was running a meeting.
I don't know.
2 hours later.
2 hours later, I was running, and then we're on the field.
Figure it out.
On the field. Figure it out. You got to go, and the way it is.
Right.
But to change, just imagine anybody on the station right now. If your wife's pregnant in 2 weeks like that, all of a sudden say, "We're going to move to San Antonio."
Yeah, we're moving.
When? We're going to do it in 2 days.
Yeah.
Today. But
Preferably today.
The house is packed. The house is gone. He's on his way. He drove 16 hours yesterday straight to get there to be at practice today.
Wow.
And then she had to go find a new doctor to have her baby to be able to get there. And so it's very dicey whether she can travel or not. But they realized what was going to happen. So I just wanted to hit on what it's
crazy.
like, what it's like to be in the profession like that. And then if you have a bad day, they write about it on social media and stuff like that. And people say things to your kids like that. So, you know what? Yeah.
They do.
Anytime you want anytime you want to jump in, give it a shot.
And they do.
They do. You catch up.
They really do.
Yeah.
They really go
anyway,
on the
so
attack.
that was my football facts.
That's great.
For some background information.
That was interesting. So an incredibly good song followed by a very interesting vignette.
That's a Monday for you, baby.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
You know what that is? The three-legged stool's back together. The three-legged stool has united. And that's what's going on
Jake's
here.
back, if you haven't heard.
He's back.
I am back. Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Give Dirk, Scott, and Ty a call today for all your financial needs. Top of the hour next. Let's get a little breakdown from the scrimmage for Nebraska football from Saturday next on Early Break in the Ticket.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We support farmers and ranchers quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Welcome back, Husker fans. Eustace Body Shop is happy to welcome the best fans in college football back to Lincoln. With gold class certified service, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop can call the right plays to keep you in the game. Whether it's in Lincoln at 88th and Highway 2 or at any of our other 5 locations across Nebraska, Eustace Body Shop can help get you back on the road. Go Big Red.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. But now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction material. They sell in bulk to save you money, buying anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. They deliver anywhere, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, they'll deliver in town for free through the month of April, with some restrictions applying. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info, or call 402-467-1627.
Guys, it's really happening. A live morning remote. Join Early Break and The Drive from 6 to 10 a.m. on Thursday and Friday at Double Eagle Golf on West O for the first 2 days of the Masters. Bloody Marys, simulator golf, and the Masters. What's better than that? Double Eagle Golf in the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street.
Hey there.
Hi, honey.
Uh-oh.
Remember we told Jamie and Mike about Liberty First Credit Union, how great their checking account and car loans are, the amazing service we get, and how we love being members?
Yeah.
Well, they took our advice. Jamie said how easy it was to move all their accounts and become members. Now they say they're banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union.
Learn more about being a member at libertyfirstcu.com. Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Member NCUA.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Lincoln Earth Day is on Saturday, April 15th at UNL's Innovation Campus. Green vehicles, local foods, live music, and fun, family-friendly activities from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Spot Joe Rhodes Real Estate. More event rhoadshomes.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. You can always watch or comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Channel 951 on Allo TV. You can call or text 402-464-5685. The show is sponsored by Gaina Trucking. We talked a lot of basketball in the first hour because it's the title game tonight for the men. The women played yesterday with Iowa losing to LSU. UConn, San Diego State tonight, 8:20 on CBS. There was some football over the weekend, though. A scrimmage, Sip, the first of the spring for Nebraska. Matt Rule spoke to media following the scrimmage, and we learned that the quarterbacks looked pretty good. They were running the football on Saturday. The quarterbacks
Yeah,
were.
here's what Rule said. I mean, I don't want to pretend like I saw. I didn't. So you just go by what people say. And what the head coach said was the offense looked a little ahead of the defense. And he said, I think a lot of it was the quarterback's running. He noted that the quarterbacks were live, meaning you could tackle them, or in some cases not tackle them, if you know what I mean. So these guys had some, I mean, we don't know particulars, but there were some long runs, and which is probably somewhat to be expected, especially. Now, this is where Bill can weigh in. Rule said that he didn't tell the defense that the quarterbacks would be live until that morning. So that probably puts the offense at an advantage, right? They've been practicing where, if you touch the quarterback in the pocket, they blow the whistle. Now you got to bring him to the ground. So isn't that a big adjustment for the defense?
There's an adjustment to it. Yes, there is. There's an adjustment. It is the only way to find out because sometimes it's like one of those deals where you can't find. Sometimes when things are live, you'll see players that can just do things, have a little bit of magic to them or a little bit more to them. Also, it allows you that you can't tell the number of times when quarterbacks stand in there and when they know they can make a throw and they know they're not going to get hit. That makes you stand there and do that. Now, if you've played a lot of snaps, take a lot of shots, you have banked reps, not so much. But if you're a young guy, say Chuba hasn't played a lot of football, Torres hasn't played a lot of football. Those guys right there, you want to try to get them live reps because they've never played live as much. Chubba has played, but
not Torres, not
Torres.
Heinrich.
Heinrich has not played.
Yeah.
So those guys, you want to see them in live situations for what they can do. I said, we remember we talked about that. We were part of that with Coach Callahan with Zach Taylor when he was here. Went several live scrimmages to see who would separate. Also, you see some guys that can make some plays. There's nothing worse than or on defense also kind of a tag off. Or that's like, that wasn't a sack. We wouldn't have sacked that guy.
Right.
He was going to get out of that.
Tag sacks.
And those things. So there's a lot of
Spring
part that's
game.
really good.
Yeah.
But
You love that, don't you,
but when you get to the quarterback run game, and it sounded to me, again, I didn't see it or to have any sort of insight to it, sounded like there was a lot of design quarterback runs.
Yes.
Well, that turns into 11-on-11 football. So now you have to stop 11. You need 11 guys. If it's not, if the quarterback's just handing it off, then you should be always sound somewhere with your 9.5 to 10 guys to stop the run. But if it goes, once the quarterback carries it, when you're playing Air Force, you're playing any of those option teams, you need all 11. There's never like, well, I'm just going to stay back here. And no.
You never get involved.
Everyone's involved. So once that happens, everyone has to be involved. So how much of the quarterback run game had been utilized to that point in time for the defense to have to defend, and then also be able to tackle those guys because there's generally some space when you have to tackle the quarterback in the run game.
Okay, the other part. Thank you, Bill. The other part of this that's interesting. Again, I think we have to kind of zoom out. They're gonna use a quarterback running, and now what's that mean for Casey Thompson? If they're gonna,
he's capable.
He is, but he's not a running quarterback.
I know he's not.
And he's not built. He's not really built to take that pounding. That's my opinion, Bill. You could oppose me on that, but he's not that big. Can he take that kind of pounding? I don't know. They're going to run the quarterback. That's the takeaway for me. And the guy that's really, it's way too early to start proclaiming anybody in a depth chart sense, but there's no doubt that Harburg has captured the imagination of this staff. There's just no doubt. They like him. Now, I don't know where that's going to go, but I don't know. They like him. It's interesting. They will say that some coaches over there will say he's the fastest guy on the team, Heinrich. Now, that's pretty alluring with his size, right?
It would be, yes.
Yeah. He's a big dude.
Big physical specimen. He's a very talented player.
Is
very talented player.
Yeah.
And I think he's just getting his opportunity.
He's a big arm too.
Yeah, just getting his opportunities right now. And so I think those stand out. And if they're doing things for him in the run game with him carrying the ball, that would be a factor. Again, defensively, anytime you play someone that doesn't carry the ball at all at quarterback, then there's some advantages unless you're just superior. Like one of the superior teams this year was Michigan. They really didn't run their quarterback very much. They didn't have to, but
J.J. McCarthy.
But they were up front and running back wise and tight end wise. They were elite all the way across the board.
How much does it help though? Now this is where you really come in because you defended him and you defended him pretty well. How much just that knowledge that McCarthy could run though affects you?
What scares you the most on defense for someone like him is escapability.
Yeah.
It's the plays that he makes off of scrambles.
Yeah.
That you're just like, you do all the things right, and all of a sudden he can just make a play and get out of something and go. That's what just is a killer. So all of a sudden, when you play some team like quarterback's not a run guy, but he's an escape artist, then all your pass rush that game is all built to how do we make sure we flush him to so we know where he's going to escape to. So we have a plan to be able to get him down. Or how are we going to be able to mush rush like that? We're going to be more of a cage rush situation, which makes the cage rush doesn't make a great pass rush. It's just kind of a physical close the pocket down. So there's a lot of variables that come with it, but the ability to escape. Adrian was one of the best at it.
We saw that.
Didn't he go like 80 yards against Illinois?
Yeah, he was really good at it.
75.
So
long against Buffalo.
And one against Buffalo also like that. So his ability to the escape runs. If you just take his last year here, his total yards rushing, and I'm going to guess that 3/4 of them at least are off of escape runs.
Yeah, a lot. Now the best, the Houdini, to me, well, Adrian was right in this realm, but Jamal Lord was incredible. I almost thought Nebraska's best play was a broken play when Jamal was here. I did because then it became schoolyard.
Go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, then it became schoolyard, And do you remember Jamal?
Where
were you in 2003?
I don't remember watching him play.
Yeah, no. You would have been astounded. He was a great running quarterback.
Jamal
Now he was 6'4", 220 at quarterback, and he was never missed practice, never missed a practice. Tougher than hell, and a great runner. I mean, a great runner. So I always thought, man, if the play breaks down, I'd be in the press box going, okay, now they're in business.
Jamal, let's go. Get your popcorn out. Get your popcorn out.
Well, that's what you find out when there's live bullets. And then all of a sudden, I guarantee you, if you played everything just by the book and just taught it like we throw this, we throw checkdowns, we do this, we don't. Johnny Manziel, we don't do that here. We don't do that. But they let him play. They let Johnny Manziel play when things got going. All of a sudden,
that was their best play too.
All of a sudden,
go ahead, Johnny.
It's like and then
popcorn
and
time,
and then eyes down the field. The guys that scare you the most are the ones that escapability. Keep with eyes down the field. The ones all of a sudden escapes. Boom, hit a guy off a scramble like that for big throws like that. So when someone just takes off, he never has his eyes down. You have a better chance at that.
Go back to Nebraska. I mean, Tommy Armstrong would extend plays forever. Taylor Martinez can do the same thing. He would also terrorize you on the run. I mean, they've had guys
like
that could just terrify a defense because they just keep plays alive. And that's so hard to defend because, like you said, you got everything that looks good. They break one tackle and what was probably designed well, and it's like everything's gone to hell.
Now, as far as the scrimmage goes, Rule said he doesn't think Tony White, the defensive coordinator, pressured a ton. They did come up with an interception, forced 2 turnovers. Rule said it looked like we were good in pass coverage. He just said this: we gave up a lot of big plays with the quarterback running. Now, so your imagination kind of runs wild. Who was running it?
Yeah, who was the quarterback?
Now, I mean, he mentioned all of them. He mentioned Heinrich first. But they got guys in there. Chubb has played, like Bill said. Jeff Sims has played a lot. Torres has not played a lot. Casey's not practicing. I just wonder what's going to happen with Casey. I don't know. They're going to run a quarterback. That doesn't favor him. I'm just saying. I send out emoji a lot too, by the way. I'm just saying.
We've seen that one.
Yeah.
It's a GIF, not an emoji.
Yeah.
It's a GIF.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Did you know that?
No. I knew exactly what you meant. That's a concern about you. Suppose when you say stuff that's right or wrong, I understand it.
Yeah,
and that concerns
you
me.
that lingo together.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to correct for people who didn't know what you're talking
You're right.
about.
It's a GIF.
Yeah,
it's a GIF.
GIF. Yes.
So the emoji and GIF stuff. Yeah, you send out a lot of GIFs. You do. You must. I don't even know how to.
I send out some too, but he sends out a lot, way more than
way.
Me. He loves the
like
GIFs.
10 a day.
Oh, he loves
minimum.
I really like that. I'm just saying GIF.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Steve Harvey. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
So
a couple guys that have really jumped out. And this is interesting. There's some guys that you can tell have they benefit. The new coaches come in and look at him a little different way. Gabe Irvin is clearly on Rule's mind.
Had a great spring so far.
Yeah, they really like Gabe Irvin. They can't talk about him enough. Another guy to watch is Ben Hart. I mean, the staff really likes Bryce Benhart. Now, I've seen Benhart. He is slim now. I mean, he looks. I was almost startled by how. I mean, he looks good. And so does Nordine. I mean, Nordine looks really good. And then who else? So those are the main guys I'd say. And Heinrich's the fourth one that's really benefited. You can tell. Now, here's the thing about Heinrich Haarberg. He's going to have to take advantage of this situation because they're watching him and they're captivated. Now he's got to produce. It just can't be, well, he's a good looking kid. He's got a big arm and he can run. Now he's got to make plays. He's got to understand the offense and execute when it's time.
Accurate too.
Yeah. When it's time to execute. He can't just be, he looks great dunking a basketball. He looks great, throwing against air. He looks great walking through the facility. No, it can't be that. Now he's got to go. Now you got to go make plays when there's heat on you. We'll see if he can do that.
So agreed. There's an update from practice. Yes. Again, if not 85 to 90 plays was what they were saying.
Yeah, they went 85 to 90 plays. That's right.
That's a good solid amount. I know this as far as like it doesn't matter where you're at in spring ball. It's competition's heated, and you want a heated competition. So like defensively, you're not real happy right now.
Right.
But if it's been out in the media that did not play well, gave up several big plays, did those things like that, whatever reason to it like that, you're not real happy with yourself. But I've been part of those like that. Generally on the really good teams, what you hope happens is that there's 3 or 4 scrimmages, it's 2 offense, 2 defense, get out of it healthy. But you want to have anytime it's like one way all the time, or if it's all defense, usually not a great thing for you in the future. If it's all offense, usually not a great thing for you in the future. That's just a general theme of any spring ball.
Usually isn't the defense ahead a little bit?
Generally, they are. I think that has changed a little bit now with just some of the style and a lot of the easy throws, the RPO throws, some different things they can get the ball out fast, and it has the offense caught up a little bit more. But in general, the term forever has always been the defense is always going to be ahead, so they get their timing worked out, some of the scheme things worked out with that, and so everybody's working through their process. So I've been part of those, numerous times. I've had them at every place I've been where you had bad Saturdays on one side, or it started out really well, then didn't go so well at the end of it, or vice versa. It didn't start out well, then got good. And it's just back and forth. So I've been part of that every single time.
It matters, doesn't it?
Well, you've been through like a lot of different spring balls. I'm curious, have you ever seen at any place the quarterback being able to be tackled in the spring, as it was on Saturday for the scrimmage?
Yeah, several times. Well, first of all, as a GA here, the quarterbacks are always live.
Okay.
Yeah, they were tackled all the time. I was here with Coach Callahan when the quarterback wasn't running, but he was live in the pocket to see if he could make the throws to be able to do that. You don't see it very much. Yeah. No, you don't see it. But like I said, the quarterback probably would have, if the old days of scrimmaging back in the 90s, like that, there'd probably be quarterback would carry the ball live on option plays. There'd be 50, 60 carries during the day that they carried the ball, and they were getting tackled like out of bounds, and there wasn't a word said. They were just in normal jerseys, and that's just the way it went. That was just part of the deal.
Does it get hot? Now, I'm asking this question knowing the answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. I've heard this. Kaz used to talk about how it would get hot with the coaches.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
Really?
Get
extreme, especially if there was something because I was always big on board of like, hey, listen, we're going to tell you what's going in, and then you got to tell us what's going in too. I don't care what you got to. You got to be able to tell us, hey, we're going to this or not that, and then all of a sudden it'd be like something come up was like that was not part of the deal. That was not part of the deal. So it never used to bother me that they could always be like, well, that was just more of an add-in blitz. We kind of run that, but then sometimes we add in.
Right.
That really wasn't always quite the facts of it. But you always want to have like that. Now, the best spring I've ever been a part of, and we were really good on defense. We went to the playoffs.
Where's this?
Northern Arizona, the Lumberjacks.
Okay, the Lumberjacks.
And the head coach like, it's just on. It's offense, defense. It's on. And we wouldn't tell him anything. We'd scheme them all day. We'd have our doors shut. We wouldn't tell him anything. Oh, yeah, you just come out like that for a scrimmage. You didn't know what we were doing. All of a sudden, we'd be dropping 8, blitzing 8. Oh, yeah, it was
scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, Oh, yeah, it was
scrimmage.
Oh, yeah, you would.
Awesome. Coaches with their doors shut.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing.
That bastard.
It was. You'd make sure you erase the board. You wouldn't tell him anything. What you guys doing? Same stuff. Oh, yeah, it was full on.
Oh, that's awesome.
And probably not what you want from most head coaches you want to have. Because here's the problem that would drive me nuts from a defensive coordinator spot. I'd be like, I just want to know your formations because I want to have enough clips of if you're in whatever slot trips, whatever it is, I want to have different looks that I called against that so I can see this coverage against that look.
Mm-hmm.
I can see because sometimes you go, oh, geez, we didn't get any looks of that whatsoever. So I can, especially in that Skelly, I'd be like, just tell me your formation.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell me. I don't care what. Tell me it's empty, so I know that I've got this look, this look, this look. So we have it on film. You want all this stuff on film
because ordinarily with an opponent, you would have that stuff on film.
Yeah, you're gonna practice it because and now it's all you're always only go against each other.
But in house, you don't get that benefit.
You don't get that benefit. So you want to be able to work together. That's usually where a good head coach do a good job. They'll say, hey, what do you need to see? What do you need to see to be able to work those things out? But it's a lot. So you'd be like. All of a sudden, like these certain bunch formations, we just call them condensed formations, snugs and bunches. Well, all of a sudden, I'm like, I don't want to always be in May. I want to know if I have this. If I want to know if I have this. So I'd like to be like, run it 10 times, and I'll tell you. I'll even tell you. Here's what you're going to get. Okay. I'll tell you you're going to get this zone, this man, this pressure, whatever. So you have some idea with what's going on. But that's kind of part of it. But
complex.
We have someone who is watching Michigan's spring game on Saturday. Todd says, hey, I watched the game on Saturday on BTN. They crushed the quarterbacks except for McCarthy. They played the scrimmage like a Big Ten game. Ernest Hausman looked good.
8 tackles.
It's from Todd.
He had 8 tackles in that
Michigan
game.
spring game.
Remember against the Michigan, he had 10.
Yeah, he was an animal.
In their spring game, he had 8.
They had a true. I didn't get to watch the game. I saw the after show part of it. Also, the couple things I noticed from the game was it was like 22-21. They threw a 2-point play to win the game at the very end, like a walk-off 2-point play. Also, I noticed it looked to me as if there was like 1,000 people there.
Yeah,
it looked to me like there was like this. It
reminded me of last year.
Reminded me of LSU, where it's kind of like they're kind of like, yeah, we don't really do this.
Illinois coming off a big season, they're expecting 1,500 people at their spring game.
Yeah, so
we had 55,000 there for this one.
Light, that's light, probably.
Yeah. And
probably get more than that. A lot more.
Tickets are right now.
We've already went over something, Nick. If you're listening, he said there was 52,000 tickets sold. That he'd expected the number to rise.
Bill got all over him for that. I don't know if you were
expect that to rise. Oh, really? Do you?
I didn't expect it. So no one's turning their tickets in. No one's gonna. Excuse me.
Buying anymore.
Yeah, we're not buying anymore. And also, someone just turned 2,000, and we're back. We're back to 50.
Down.
We're back to 50.
You did mention though, if the weather's bad, sometimes that affects the crowd.
Well, not the bot. If once they're purchased, they're not coming back. They just don't show. You don't mind no show. What's the ticket cost? Like $10? What does it take?
Nick's take was he expected to rise. And Bill got him.
Yeah. Well, you had to address that. Don't you have to address that one? Yeah, I think you had to address that one.
That's a fair
when you give me the big softball just laying out there like that,
we all should be very careful about saying things that are very obvious.
You have to enjoy it a little bit. So, but I said so. I would expect. I say like that. Defensively, and again, what is good, what is bad, when it all gets down to it, the same thing will happen after you get done, and you're like, I would imagine. I'm not speaking for Coach Rules. Probably. Okay, it wasn't quite as good on offense. I thought defense was better. It's never as good or bad. The number of times I've been like, whew, we had a day. Then you turn the film on, you're like, yeah, we had a loss today.
Yeah.
If this is a Big Ten day, we'd have lost.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that happens a lot too when you start watching and going, that actually is pretty good. And then you really look at it and you say, if you're concerned or not concerned, is the errors or the good plays that were made or the bad plays that were made, are they guys that we're really counting on being that guy? Because sometimes you're going like, yeah, that didn't really that happened, but what are the odds that's who we're going with this year?
Yeah.
At the crunch time. So you always want to evaluate everything.
God, football's complex.
It is.
What's next there?
Before we get to break, I've teased the Masters. We're going to be at Double Eagle Golf Thursday and Friday. It's 6 to 10 a.m. Be out there for door prizes, the remote. You can play golf in the simulators. You can eat Masters food out there, win free prizes.
In the morning.
Yeah, from 6 to 10 a.m. And you can watch golf all day. They got tons of TVs plus the base to hit on. But if you also want to play in the Ticket Golf League, we only have 3 spots left. It's been filling up quickly. It's Monday nights at Woodland Hills in Eagle. If you want to be part of it, it's 2-man team. So we got 3 teams available left.
Just 3 left.
I didn't mention it all in the show. It just flew. People wanted to play in it. So you better call today, ASAP, Tom out there, 402-475-4653. Call Woodland Hills 2-man best ball. Starts May 1st every Monday night at 6 p.m.
You're sold out. You're almost sold out a month out.
How many teams?
32 teams is our max.
32 teams.
Because the other side is taken up that night.
So that would be right now simple. 29 are already taken. I just crunched the
Good
numbers.
job, Nick.
I just crunched those numbers.
475.
Let's try the number.
4653.
Good job. Yes.
475.
That's Woodland Hills Golf Course in Eagle. 3 spots, 3 teams left. That's it.
Call Tom.
Are you playing in the league?
Yes, I'm in the league with Sip's
he's
friend
in the
AJ.
league.
With you?
I'm the commissioner of the league.
No, I don't play. They don't allow me on the course.
Sip's good friend AJ from high school.
Yeah. They don't allow me out there.
No,
they won't even let me come up the drive.
He's barred from the course.
Yeah. Hey, now Jake. We hear about Jake's rounds there.
Oh. Don't get me started.
I don't bring it on the air. Off the air.
Oh no, it's been on the air. Oh, it's been on the air.
That's for my golf tour I used to do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I I hit a hybrid off of out of the right rough.
Bill, if you were a golfer, you'd understand.
Just there's nothing more exhilarating than hearing someone tell their golf game shot by shot.
Golf game.
It's only a
fantasy team. Those are the 2 things.
Hey, you want to hear about my fantasy league?
No, I don't. I don't. I don't want to hear anything.
Josh says, so you expect the number to rise on this?
Yes. Right now, we think the number will get bigger. We're at 29 teams. They're going to go higher. Yes.
That's amazing. 29. There's going to be a fight for those last 3 spots.
Oh, yeah. I'm concerned how this
popularity.
is
You got to go to 34 teams.
I'd like to go to 60. It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to Tom out there if we can expand
Let's
it.
talk to Tom.
Let's talk to Tom. More next. Early break in the ticket.
Lincoln Earth Day is on Saturday, April 15th at UNL's Innovation Campus. Green vehicles, local foods, live music, and fun, family-friendly activities from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sponsored by Joanna Rhodes Real Estate. More event details at rhoadshomes.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time on Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Starter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln, Grand Island. StarterHeyman.com.
If your home isn't delivering the year-round comfort you expect, call the experts at Bryant. Warm and cool, comfort and confidence. Bryant Air Conditioning. Call 46711.
Guys, it's really happening. A live morning remote. Join Early Break and The Drive from 6 to 10 a.m. on Thursday and Friday at Double Eagle Golf on West Hill. First 2 days of the Masters. Bloody Marys, simulator golf, and the Masters. What's better than that? Double Eagle Golf in the Kinetic Sports Complex on West Hill.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Guys, when I first started with Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, I weighed in at over 300 pounds. Now, less than a year later, I'm under 200 pounds for the first time since high school. I'm stronger, I'm healthier, and it all began with the Farrell's 10-week challenge. 10 weeks of kickboxing, strength training, and guided nutrition coaching to help you reach your fitness goals. Their next 10-week challenge begins on April 8th. If you're wanting to change your life like I have, head to theticketfm.com and click enroll now on the homepage. Plus, get a promo code for a discount just for ticket listeners. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date while it's still free and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
Look at your car. It's filthy and has a few dings all over. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. Locations in Lincoln and one in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new in sales, travel support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
There's a new way to vacay when you fly LNK. Check out brand new service at the Lincoln Airport to some of America's favorite travel destinations. Catch convenient nonstop flights to Vegas, Atlanta, Minneapolis, Orlando, Austin, Dallas, or Nashville when you fly via Redway. With so many affordable options to choose from, planning your vacation has never been easier. Visit GoFlyRed.com and book today. Flights are public charters offerred by Global X Air Tours LLC and operated by Global Crossing Airlines Incorporated.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
We're on the air.
back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
As has been mentioned many times over the last few days, the weekend Friday, I wasn't here on Friday. Wasn't here for Frank Solich on the airwaves here on the Ticket. 7 a.m. You guys had him on Friday. I listened to it. It was great. I'm glad you guys got him on. As you kind of go back to that interview you guys had with Frank Solich and you recount what was said, what were the things that really stood out to you guys the most that Frank addressed in the interview?
Oh, the most?
Yeah.
What him and Sipple addressed was Frank personally beating me in the potato bowl. That was the number one thing that was discussed. Right? Oh, yeah, over and over
funny.
and over again.
It was funny. I did not know, Bill. I had no idea.
It's okay. When
I brought up the potato bowl and how Ohio.
The epic celebration.
Yeah, they celebrated.
24-23, scored late. Yeah.
Because it was their first bowl win.
Yeah.
It may be ever, but for a long time for sure. And I remember watching it and thinking, oh, bowls don't matter. Look at those kids out there. They're elated. I was talking about no idea that was Bill that was coaching on the other sideline for Utah State.
Yeah, didn't know that. Didn't know that.
Okay, there was a great quote. Now, this is you guys. Now, tell me this. Now, you guys, you got your coffee?
Right there. It's warm, too. Coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
It's warm.
We're going to discuss something here.
No big whoop.
No. Okay, so Eric Olson, who's a fabulous writer, reporter, and has been for the Associated Press for many years, did a very good article interview with Frank. And Eric brought up the curse, this curse that people talk about that since Frank was fired in 2003, late 2003, there's been a curse. Solich, now this is according to Eric. Eric tweeted this. Solich acknowledged he's heard about the curse on Huskers football since his firing. This is what Frank said. Frank said this. I will say this. This is quoting Frank.
Okay.
If I had the ability to put on curses, there would be a few more people in trouble.
Oh, hello.
Frank. Hello, Frank. Hello, Frank. Hello. And then Olson, Eric, had the temerity and the quick wit to ask him, is Steve Peterson one of those people? Solich laughed and said, I'm not going there. How about Frank, though? I will say this. If I had the ability to put on curses, there would be a few more people in trouble.
God, wouldn't that be fun if you all got
you could put curses on people?
If every person got 3 curses.
Oh, God.
Imagine that would be like, hold it.
Someone, would
someone
any of us
wrong
be cursed? If everyone had 3 curses, would any of us 3 be cursed by somebody?
Yes,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yes,
several.
Yeah, I would be. My God,
I
thank God for this. Only now, wait a second. Could you only be? Hopefully, you can only be cursed one time.
Sipple's got 7 curses.
It's a daily curse. I'm fighting through it daily.
Yeah, like a good curse is, like it's supposed to.
All the curses are going to Sip.
Frank. Yeah, no, and I thought Bill asked a great question. Bill brought up the 1999 factor, which they haven't won Frank led them, Nebraska, to its last conference title, which is 1999, which is the thing that I think about more than anything. In fact, they took the pennants down in Hawks Championship Center. They used to hang those banners, like they're not pennants, they're banners, conference championship banners. And I'd look up there all the time and say, it's got to come down now. It's 1999. Kids are going to see that, say, that's your last conference title. 99
is down.
Yeah, they're down. They're no longer up there. But Frank had a great response.
I'm not a fan of that.
I am
at all. It's like, no, if I played on that 99 team or I played on the 93 team or 92 team, whatever, and I come back,
I don't know if they might. I just think they did
a banner up there. I couldn't disagree more if they took it down. If they made a decision,
I respect that.
That'd be like, well, we have one national championship.
I think it was more about redesign. They redesigned.
But you made it sound as if they came down. Your exact tone was they came down because they don't want recruits.
Well, my tone is I don't know if it's good to see. I mean, it's good for the guys who were part of that.
There's no chance that you lose a recruit or get a recruit off of a banner.
There's no chance.
There's no chance. It's like, What happened like that? The visit was awesome.
Oh, man.
I loved
But
it.
I looked up and
I
I saw
looked
the
up and
banner.
I saw the banner situation.
know.
So I'm taking my talents out elsewhere.
Anyway.
No, that didn't happen.
Anyway, it was Frank said that the critical thing on that team was its toughness. Just a bunch of tough guys. And he had a pretty good answer. He said, you can have guys that run fast, jump high, but if they're not tough, there's very limited what you're going to be able to do. And that was a tough group, really tough group.
You have to. It's still a full padded game, and you start watching these games now in basketball. All these teams with big bodies, do they show up? And these show
they
up.
do, yeah.
Just like big bodies show up in football, it still matters.
Look at the guys. Look at the guys that are playing tonight. Look at UConn with no player. No one player, the coach's son, is under 6'2". Well, he's 6'2". All of the players are 6'4" or above, and most of them are 6'6" or above for UConn. Look at San Diego State. When I think of San Diego State West Coast basketball, I don't think of a team that looks like San Diego State. They're a big, tough-looking team. They got guys who look like football players. Leday looks like a football player.
Yeah.
Is it Leday? Leday looks like a football player. Trammell, that little Trammell looks like a little running back. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough group.
It's impressive. But like I said, that Frank had some great comments, talked about it. It's going to be great to obviously to have him back and to be able to do that. It was fun to catch up with him. I was fortunate enough to be able to have worked for him directly. And he was always
you worked with him.
Very, very that he's the one who got me to get to Barry. And so he did a lot of things for me. So I hold him very dear in my heart for all the help that he did, because as you heard earlier, it's a very tough profession and how the thing goes. But also, like I said, the thing that stands out the most,
you get fired when you're 9-3.
What stands out the most is what he did from the 9-3. I think that, in my opinion, means way more than what he did as an assistant coach here. Even as I know they won national championships. I know what he did as a head coach here. It meant more to go to a team that had just failed miserably.
Wow.
About that, and that they didn't win one, but they went to 4 MAC championship games.
All-time winningest coach in the MAC.
He got the stadium, the field is named after him. Now he would be a statue guy.
Yeah, I think so.
He'd be a statue guy
outside Peden Stadium.
Yeah.
That's right.
So what he did with the opportunities and the lives that he changed and people he helped, all those players that played for him, and what he did for the state of Ohio and Ohio U being that popular, which is also known, just like that. It's the biggest Halloween party in the country.
In Athens?
Yeah, Athens. Oh yeah, it's epic. Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah, just basket. That's where the whole. I mean, Ohio State students go to Athens for Halloween.
Oh, I bet that is. I bet that is.
Make a trip there next year.
And that'd be a live remote. That'd be outstanding.
Oh,
that would be
scary.
From Athens, Ohio.
Yes.
Well,
think about it.
We're really going to have to ramp up our game.
Yeah. The ticket is the van back.
Our travel
I
game.
think the van's back. Yeah, the van is back.
Okay, so we had a little
We
problem.
can make the trip.
Can't
to
we fly?
Athens. We better fly to Athens.
Okay, I'm just checking. Just checking.
That ticket plane. Let's do that. Right?
So when we have a remote this week, but that would be a good one. I don't know. Do we want to take this to Athens, Ohio?
For a Halloween party?
I think you would. Why? Imagine all of us in costume.
Why are these guys in Athens, Ohio?
Why are they here? Not really sure.
Why is this Lincoln Station here?
Radio.
Why are they here?
They're wearing a costume.
They're talking. Are you guys local? No.
No.
Do you have any tie to us? Not really.
Zero.
Not zero.
I don't know anybody in Ohio. I know nobody in there.
It's a big
adjoining states.
It's a big Halloween party. We don't want to miss it. So
You're here to party, man. Come on.
Let's think about it.
Invite us in.
I hope I don't know anybody. Well, I know Zach Taylor. I shouldn't say that.
Well, there you go. Call Zach.
You know Tim Alvin.
Yeah, I know Tim
Have
Allen.
Zach
the
come
head
down to
coach.
the Halloween party with
Have
us.
Zach come down. He's probably busy a little bit during the season, but
Could you coax Joe Shiesty over there?
Joe. Well, it's his hometown.
Joe, we're going to Athens. Come on.
It's his hometown.
Come on
It's
for the
where-
Halloween
it's where we went
party.
to high school at.
Come on
if
the
I
show.
if I could get him there for that.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Let's try it out.
Yeah, like a good show would.
That'd be good. Let's play the game show. Give us the call at 402-464-5685. Your chance to beat Sip in trivia. Win a business box of bagels today. If you might have noticed over the weekend, Major League Baseball started. The season is underway.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Don't do this, Jake.
Major League Baseball players.
this.
There's 30 teams. Who are these players?
Let's hope for the over/under still. Yeah.
You
I
got
don't
30
know. I don't know
options
if I couldn't name 10. I don't think.
Take
I don't know
10
if
teams?
No,
10
10 players. I don't
okay,
think I
well,
really
you can
could.
you name teams here,
Yeah.
so you're good.
Still. Okay.
I think you know your baseball players.
Bruce
current-
Benedict.
This is going to go great for you guys. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there.
You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here it is. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
Well, the lines are jacked because people must want to beat you guys in trivia. They are watching baseball. You guys aren't. You don't feel good about today's topic at all. Current players. It's not from the 70s or the 80s. This is current players. You guys feel terrible.
They opened the season. I know that.
Yeah,
It was
season's
fun.
underway.
It was kind of neat to have it on the TV. I didn't really watch much of it.
It's just background for you, right?
Yeah.
All right, Joseph, how do you feel about Major League Baseball players?
Good. Really good.
Wait. What?
I think Joseph feels pretty good.
Is it Joe?
Joseph.
Hello, Joseph. How are
Joseph.
you doing? Good. Okay.
All right, Joseph.
All right. Speak up now, Joseph. We got a game to play.
All right, Joseph. Bill is a lifeline for SIP for one question if he's going to help out at all on this one. Joseph, here we go. What team does third baseman Yoan Moncada play for?
The Mariners.
Mariners. No.
Fired off a guess, though, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Bill, you want to take a stab at this?
No.
All right, we're going to pass.
Okay, the answer was the Chicago White Sox.
Okay, what was his name?
Yoan Moncada.
Okay.
Third baseman.
Moncada.
Okay, for the lead, you're
There we go.
0-0 tie. What team does catcher Adley Rutschman play for?
I think I got that one.
It's incredible if you do.
There's 30 teams.
Yeah, I'm going with San Francisco.
Not the Giants. Do you want that one, Joseph, or not? Adley Rutschman.
Okay.
Okay, that'd be the Baltimore Orioles.
Okay.
Ooh.
Adley Rutschman.
Same color as San Francisco.
Yes,
that's true.
should have gotten
That's-
something.
Yeah, you're close.
Same colors.
You got a quarter of a point for that.
Pretty much the same colors, right?
Yeah, completely different coast, though. That's the problem. From East Coast, West Coast. That's all you got.
Thank you for the geography there.
You're welcome. Joseph, for the lead, your last question. What team does shortstop Brandon Crawford play for?
Brandon Crawford plays for the Pittsburgh Giants.
That is the Giants. That's correct.
The Giants.
You had
So we're behind.
You are behind now.
Okay.
Now, Bill is in play here for you.
Okay,
so
here we go.
You guys
It's
can
1-0.
confirm. It's 1-0, Joseph. What team does pitcher Jack Flaherty play for?
Just making up names.
I'm not making up names.
Jack Flaherty.
That's right.
That sounds
Once
like
you
a name you
confirm
would
Bill
throw out
there.
to people if you're trying to use a secret name.
Yeah.
Jack Flaherty.
You met some girl at the bar.
Yeah.
Yes,
Jack
what's your name?
Flaherty.
Jack Flaherty.
Jack Flaherty. I'm an architect. No doubt. Jack Flaherty, architect. Yeah.
Okay, you
All
got
right.
30 teams here.
Jack Flaherty, Detroit.
Bill, what do you guess, Bill?
I think that was fairly obvious. That's the Astros.
It's the Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals. So, Joseph, it wasn't pretty, but you got the win. Congrats and enjoy your bagels, man. Nice
We
win.
could have played. We wouldn't have got one. We could have 30 questions.
I might know the name of a couple.
Okay,
Jack
why don't you
Flaherty.
try?
The Padres. Hit me with the
Now,
Padres.
how about you hit me with the Padres? And I'll tell you if you got guys there.
Manny Machado.
Manny Machado, yeah.
Yeah.
You say Machado?
I said
Manny
Machado.
M8. No. Oh, no.
He plays for the Padres.
He does. Anybody else on the Padres you want to name? There's two other big names.
Eric Hosmer.
I don't think he might be there now. Yeah.
Hosmer.
That's not one of the big names.
Eric Hosmer.
Well,
Former Royal.
Former Royal. That's right.
I got the name right?
Yes, you did.
Hosmer. Okay.
Let's check if he's still there.
And Bill should know this. They had that high price shortstop that signed for $200 million.
Hosmer did not play yesterday. If he's on that team, he was not playing yesterday. They got big names. Xander Bogaerts is a former Red Sox.
Never heard of him.
Sox. Juan Soto, remember that guy?
Juan Soto.
Former National. Yeah. Machado. They have Fernando Tatis Jr. also.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for.
Yeah. So
I like him.
I like that. I tried to like follow the Padres. If there's a team I'm going to follow, it's the Padres.
Who wants the over under here?
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Again, there are 30 teams in MLB. How many teams have scored 20-plus runs so far through the opening weekend? That's either 3 or 4 games.
18.
How many teams have scored 20 or more runs this season through 3 or 4 games? He's got over under 18.
Under.
Yeah, it's 7. 7 is the number. I bring it up because the Royals scored 0 runs their first 2 games. They scored at home. They were shut out on the first game.
The pitcher's got to be like, need a little help.
Bill, what's your car do when it runs out of gas? Way to open the schedule, Royal. Way to get your fans pumped. Honey, we're going to the Royals opener. This is going to be awesome.
They didn't score until the 3rd inning of the 3rd game, and it was a solo home run. They scored 4 runs and lost 7-4. They're 0-3.
Oh.
You carry all their games here on the team, but they need to score some more runs.
Oh, yeah. That's a weak start, Jake. That's your team.
I know. That's not great.
You're down 0-3. You're thinking right now you're out of the race.
Hey, Bill, I'm going to take us back a little bit before we go to break here. I'm going to take us back. You know when we first started this show, Jake and I, and this is true, we discussed the Royals a lot.
They were just coming off a World Series title.
Yeah,
So
we would have a segment a day. I had to watch. Now, I got to tell you
did.
something. I watched the games because I knew we were going to have a segment.
Well, they were a good team.
Yeah, they had Alex, and I'd never miss an Alex at bat. I prided myself on that.
They were the defending world champs.
Yeah.
They had every reason to follow them.
Yeah, I never missed an Alex Gordon at bat.
Now they've fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, it used to be like almost mandatory. You had to watch the game because we were going to talk about it the next day.
Things have changed. Yeah. Things have changed. We dropped, and now they're back again on the Royals, and hopefully they start winning some games.
The 3-legged stools back together.
That's right. Everybody's here.
That's what fires me up.
That fires me up too.
When we come back, the spillover with Raf and AD on early break on the ticket.
This is Jay Foreman. I wore gear to protect my health on the football field, and I'm protecting it now by staying up to date with the bivalent COVID vaccine. Get up to date, it's still free, and stay protected. Learn more at healthylincoln.org.
First, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked her Heyman with a ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful. I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman. Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back. For sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top shelf liquor to crowd favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner.
Mullen Motors.
No tagline, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra-clean protein powder ideal for anyone wanting to look better, feel better, or perform better. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Bruce Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is really looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right, with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish. And don't sleep on their sides, shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and the Ticket FM app.
It is the spillover with Raf and AD in the building. Gentlemen, good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend.
Morning. Great to see you guys.
Yes. Good to be here.
Welcome to work.
Jake, speaking of work, how was Carolina, man?
Yeah, we haven't heard much about
it. It was good. I met someone named America's Uncle down there.
I'm sorry?
That sound? I played golf with a guy who his friends call him America's Uncle because he's friends with everybody. He owns a pub in Pinehurst, North Carolina. Drove up 3 hours at 5 a.m. to go to our tea time.
Did you know him?
No, I didn't know him. His name is JP.
America's Uncle.
He's America's Uncle. He owns
damned.
Dugan's Pub in Pinehurst, one of
I'll
the
be
few
damned.
pubs in that actual area in the golf course. He says that he'll have, like, when they have different tournaments there, you'll have all the Irish guys go there and all the Europeans. Sergio's been there, and Padraig Harrington and Shane Lowry to go to his pub. But he's just the most hilarious guy I've ever met in my entire life.
Oh, is he that guy?
He had a story every single hole about something, which sometimes gets a little old, but in this case, I was laughing my ass off for 18 holes. So we had a lot of drinks with JP. You guys, that was a picture I sent you guys
JP?
after that round.
Yeah.
You know, things happen in terms of the alcohol consumed.
Okay.
But
you had a good time.
I had a great time. It was a good trip.
Did you feel refreshed a little?
Yeah, I played a lot of golf.
Because you're not taking any vacations for a long time now.
I said this many months I'll be here.
Oh,
for.
this is awesome.
That's awesome. Look, see that hat, that smile on his face. Yes, he's not.
I'm
going
not.
anywhere.
Now, here's the thing. Nick did an incredible job. You guys deal with Nick. You work with Nick. Nick is incredible.
He's here early. He was here very early. We battled with the coffee. He was over my head. Remember, we had that.
That was my biggest concern. Was
not
the
do
coffee
We could not do it.
I was concerned about the coffee. I knew Nick would not make the coffee.
There are instructions, and we still botched.
Still at the.
I pretty clear instructions.
At one point, Nick said, "You got to hit the button." I said, "What button?" He goes, "The on button."
Yeah. But there was no water in it. There was no water in it.
Coach,
you got to put water in the coffee.
Yeah,
Nick told me.
Yeah, we
Nick
didn't do
told me,
that.
He goes, he goes, Sip says, "What's wrong with this thing?" He goes, "Sip, you got to put water in there."
Nick, what are you telling people about?
Yeah, see, my biggest concern was the coffee. Would coffee be made? It's clear that it wasn't, or it would take a long.
We
time.
had some glitches. Not
that's what happens.
But they're
Nick
mainly
did a good
off-field
job.
glitches.
Off-field.
Not on the air.
Not
Nick
on
is
air.
a great quarterback.
Yeah, he did. He ran this.
He's
thing
a
down.
great
It
quarterback.
was awesome.
You are a great quarterback. He looks like Chase Daniel.
He
does, doesn't he?
He looks like Johnny Unitas.
Doesn't he look like Chase Daniel? Kind of squatty.
You had to throw that part in. You had to even go stout.
There it is.
There it is.
Stout.
The same beard.
That's Chase Daniel. Look at him.
Nick Trace.
Keep holding that up.
He's undersized.
You called him squatty.
He's squatty.
just to confirm why he looks
Is that
squatty.
is that the same when you're like when your mom bought your clothes and you're a little heavy like that? Just go to the husky section. Let's go to the husky. He's husky. He's husky. Duskin. He's husky. It's Duskin. Yeah, he's husky. Yeah,
Nick's a good quarterback, though.
He's a good quarterback.
He's
Like Chase
Yeah.
Daniel's a career backup.
Yeah.
Nick, career back.
You can make
You'll be a great backup on the show.
Nick, I'm joking.
Don't throw the interceptions.
Nick, you're incredible. You know you're
Let's get the husky guy in here.
You know you're incredible. You're an incredible
Look at
backup.
His facial expression was like, okay, I was with you on the Chase Daniel thing, but
Now you've
the
gone too
backup
far.
thing.
Now you've gone too far.
I'm sorry. Nick, you know how I feel. Come on.
You made that very clear.
Thank you again, Nick. You helped out.
Yeah, you did. It was a good. We had a good couple of days.
Bill has a story I'd like to tell about a spring game confrontation.
So the
Hey,
number,
these guys will understand this.
the number one way. What's the number one way to win a war? Number one way.
There's different wars.
The number one way is espionage. You got to have some idea with the other team. When you go into war, it's not like all of a sudden you don't show up like going, "Whoo! I had no idea that was there. Oh, I didn't no idea they had helicopters. Didn't know they had tanks. Better know that." So espionage number one way. So it's our first year. I've been at Utah, but my first year with Urban Meyers, the head coach at Utah, and spring ball is heated. It's going. It's full on heated situation like that. So we're having a live 2-point play drill that's going to happen. We're about practice 6 or 7 at this time.
Wait a second.
So it's a live 2-point play. So offense and defense are now separate. They're down at the north end. We're at the south end, right there. So I can figure out what's going on. I'm like, they're going to be repping the plays they're going to run live. So I went and stood by the goalpost so I could stare down to the other side, watched all 4 of their plays that they were going to run. One was shift, unbalance, sprint out, 3 to the flat, all those things. Had them all, wrote them all down for them right there. That gave every guy the call with what was coming for us. We won every one of them.
Did you?
They ran a reverse against us like that. We sacked. It's unreal.
Espionage.
Total
espionage.
Never said a word. I didn't say a word. If that's I told Kyle Whittingham, I go, where do we got first? He goes, we're going to have a shift unbalance, sprint out, right? So we called a play like that. And then, of course, right away, you hear, watch the sprint out. They had a throwback. They had all the stuff in there. They had stuffed it all out like that.
How they know that play was going to happen? How they know?
Oh, yeah. Because I've had it happen on the other side before, too. So espionage like that. We got that
espionage.
One. Yeah. That was one that was on. That was Kyle and me against Dan Mullen, and that was the offensive coordinator and staff. So it was every day and then we'd do drills, which was awesome. We had them every day, win or losers like that. So it'd be all right. We got a rack of we had to do 11 plays, so it'd be odd or 13 or like that, and it'd be third down or like that, and it would be calling it out, boom, winner, loser. Who won that play, who lost that play. Mm-hmm. So everything was, Ed Ogeron was that was only on inside run. Yeah. Put the ball down inside run, and it was 3 yards was a wash. Basically, he'd pick a side with that, but it was 3 or less, 3 or more, whatever. And that was just, and you just got beat down. Oh, if they got 2 or 3 in a row, it was just felt crushing. You were just getting you just felt crushed on that stuff. So I know what that's like, but yeah, that was a fun day for us.
That is espionage. Where's Dan Mullen at now?
He's just doing radio now, broadcasting,
TV.
Where at?
Yeah.
Or just
for ESPN.
I think
Jake,
with ESPN.
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 No, he's definitely an analyst for ESPN. I've seen him.
So after Florida, he's gone nowhere then, right?
No.
Well, I mean, maybe he won
in terms of a coaching job.
Yeah.
No,
he's gone. That was his
coaching job.
Yeah.
Was at Florida.
He's pretty good on set. Pretty good. They have so many. They all kind of mix in, but he's pretty good.
I haven't listened to him a lot. I've heard him on that topic. Yeah. We were all on that staff
this year.
Together.
You'll probably
got a lot more free time. I don't have a job.
I just was saying.
I couldn't stand it.
In case you didn't know,
couldn't stand it.
Chip likes to make sure it's done
I
every
was
day.
not making fun of him though.
I guess Nick wasn't available for a little bit. Right
Nick
there.
is squatty.
Yeah,
Busch doesn't have a job.
Joseph,
speak up. We got to
speak up, Joseph. Hey, Joseph, knock it off. I can't even hear you.
Playing a game show here. Come on.
We'll see some more of. He's not coaching this year either. His name came up
Dan
Mullen came up.
But it never came up strong.
Not really.
There was never a time when it came up really strong that he was in that spot right there.
Mix.
He's a good guy though, right?
Yeah, he's fine. I know this. A lot of guys that work for him wouldn't say that. A lot of guys that work for him, they're not touching base.
Not thrilled. Not touching base.
Not touching base. They're not checking in like that. Yep.
What do you guys got tonight, Raph and AD? Who do you got tonight? You got to have UConn, right?
Yeah.
Raph, give me
UConn.
Give me a breakdown of some sort. Why do you like UConn?
They're just playing the best basketball right now. So
big, strong, tough team playing the best.
Yeah, UConn is cut different, man. They're cut different. The way they beat up on Miami,
because Miami's a good team.
Miami's a good team,
and it looked like it didn't. There was never a time going I think that Miami can pull this off.
No,
it was like the first 2 minutes of the game. You're like, okay. Matter of fact, you barely watched it. You're kind of it was in the background compared to the game before.
First game, it was awesome.
First game, and the second one you're going like that. You weren't even paying attention.
It was a classic.
You walk through the living room. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, kind of checks. You're on your phone more. Also, you missed like 4 minutes because you're on your phone.
And they're still up 10.
Yeah, there was never a time.
But Miami was down big to Texas and came back. So you thought maybe that could be the story. That was not the story.
No,
now I did mention like that when that happened. Who did I tell? Was it Sip I talked to? I remember was on the girls' part. I go. This really lines up with when Wisconsin beat Kentucky when they were undefeated in the semifinals. Then the next game they come back, played. That takes a lot of energy. So what they had to spend, the energy they had to spend to beat a 36 and whatever they were at that time.
36-0. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is a remarkable amount of effort that they had to put in. And then also, I mean, it was like Xanadu for LSU because LSU had gotten curb stomped by South Carolina earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was one of those deals where South Carolina matched up way better with LSU because they had big bodies also.
Yeah.
So when that matchup changed and all of a sudden LSU got Iowa, they're like, this is a better matchup for us.
Probably a better matchup.
Yeah, a better matchup.
Yeah, I'm not going to push back on that.
No.
Yeah,
LSU,
Iowa,
the champs, 102-85 over Iowa.
And that's a pretty quick turnaround. Friday night to Sunday afternoon. That's a quick turnaround.
I did not like the time slot at all.
2:30.
2:30 on Sunday. It was horrible. That was not right. That should have been a prime time, especially this one.
Yeah, make it at night.
I mean, that should have been. Yeah, that should.
I wonder what the executives would come back at you with.
What would had to? There was nothing else on.
No, there
was.
was.
That's what they'd say.
Yeah.
That's probably what they'd
There's
say.
no competition
But at nighttime, it wasn't like, well, we got to get this in. That's right.
Hence why you have it at 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
All you had was baseball.
That's it.
Full disclosure right now. I'm not going to give you full disclosure. This is full disclosure.
Awkward.
Yeah, this is awkward. I just thought it was a night game, and I came home from a hog ride, and it was 4 minutes to go.
It's over, basically.
And I went back and watched some of it, but yeah, it was. I was like, wait, why'd they play it?
Yeah.
Is this what is this? This game's almost over.
2:30.
Yeah, I just thought it was a night game.
Yeah, I agree. Sure. I agree with you. But that was a quick turnaround for time that they when they played that last game, when they won that game to get it back
late night Friday.
Yeah, late night Friday.
They whip around and play LSU early Sunday.
They didn't look tired though yesterday.
No.
It's just that LSU was a good. They made everything looked at. All those threes, off the bench. They had Jasmine.
Mm-hmm. They were 11, they were 11 for 17. LSU.
Could you imagine going 3 games of the tournament not scoring and then going 21 in the first half?
Still off the bench.
I'm telling you that is like the backup tight end for the Chiefs having 280 yards receiving in the Super Bowl. Like it's insanity.
4th championship for Kim Mulkey. So
yeah, I'm gonna say Mulkey's good for that game too.
She's wild.
Mm-hmm. She's interesting.
Yeah.
She's very
she's
charismatic.
Feisty, that's for sure.
Oh God, is she feisty?
Yeah,
should have got a technical.
Or a couple of them, maybe ejection, possibly. That's it for us. The Drive with AD and Raph is next for Steve Sipple.
Ejection.
Bill Busch, I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
Spring is in the air. Everyone knows this is the best time of the year to buy and sell a home. Joanna Rhodes with RE/MAX Concepts